In Brett.
Crikey.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
So I can check if we got sound, because that always helps.
Apologies. I'll try and stop. I'll try and stop dying now.
You sure?
Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to Shoot Some Shell, powered by Tapes to Flag podcast, coming whenever it comes, and D&D Media. Tonight, we're back in the Premiership. We're at the Hydro Scammed Arena in Leicestershire for the second leg of the Premiership Knockout Cup Final, and it's nicely poised at 45 points apiece. Mr. Dill, I am joined with, as always. How are we doing, me old friend?
Yeah, really good. This should be really good tonight, to be honest. We've had a good week so far. You called the first leg solo, so see how we go with calling it as a duo tonight.
I mean, I think we had a very good night last night, to be honest.
We did, yeah. There was a lot of good feedback as well, so happy days. Should we have a quick look at the two team lineups before we have a look back over what happened on Monday?
Oh. Go on, then.
You can do the stars.
So, will the stars be shining tonight? Who knows? Probably, probably not.
How long has it took you to come up with that?
0.5 seconds.
That felt rehearsed. That felt like you'd planned that all day long while you were at work.
I hadn't. I'll be honest. I've had 2 pints while I've been at work.
Oh God!
We got done early and went to the pub. Andy, if you're listening, no, we didn't.
Well, you.
At number 7, then rises star Luke Harrison. Nikolai Clint, the captain, rides at number 6. Jan Kvek rides at 5. Scott Nichols, the guest, at number 4. Chris Harris rides at number 3. Richard Lawson rides at number 2. And at number 1, Niels Christian Everson.
Yeah. Who are you going for as your rider to watch?
So I've gone for Jan Kvek. Definitely no favouritism. But I went to Leicester versus Kings Lynn earlier in the year, and Jan Kvek actually outscored Max Frick around this track. Track probably be a bit different tonight than what it was in May, but I think Kvek may have that slight psychological advantage. So yeah, he's my one to watch for Kings Lynn.
I've gone for Richard Lawson. Obviously, we've seen him race here already. We've also seen him guest here. Both meetings he was fantastic in. He's just coming off the back of a 5-ride maximum for Paul last night as well. His confidence is up. He rides his track really well, and I think him at number 2 is a very exciting prospect for Kings Lynn again.
I disagree with that, Neil Cherub.
For the Leicester Watling JCB Lions, they're led at number 7 by the rising star Joe Thompson. Drew Kemp rides at number 6. It's Sam Masters at 5. Carl Howarth at 4. Flying Ryan Douglas at 3. Tom Brennan guests again at number 2. The same as the first leg. And the highest averaged rider in British Speedway's Premiership this season so far, Max Frick rides at number 1. Who is your lion to watch, Palmer?
Tom Brennan. He had a very, very solid night on Monday. He scored 12 points
12, yeah.
on Monday. And, you know, he was a very shrewd choice of guest. He can ride this Leicester track. And, yeah, I think he could be a danger man tonight for the Lions.
I'm going to go for a man that we've both got a hell of a lot of time for, Flying Ryan. He's done really well, particularly at home for Leicester. Him and Carl Herf have got that partnership working, although it's not going to be easy against Chris Harris and Scott Nichols particularly. But I think Ryan Douglas is really backing up Max Frick and Sam Masters really well. They're complementing each other really well.
There they are.
So have a quick look back to what happened on Monday.
Go on then.
What did happen on Monday?
It was a 45-all draw at Kings Lynn.
It was. Kings Lynn Stars, there you are. It was an interesting meeting. The one noticeable issue that Leicester need to overcome was Drew Kemp failing to score on Monday. He can't have that
100%.
tonight. Cannot have that tonight.
I can't see a world where tonight Drew Kemp does not score. He was at Leicester yesterday, practicing vigorously. And to be fair, right, on the subject of reserves, I think a special shout out, congratulations, whatever you want to call it, should go out to Joe Thompson. I mean, he scored in his first 3 rides. He did his job.
Did really well. Did really, really well.
He did. So, yeah, Drew Kemp really, really needs to step up tonight.
I'm just having a look at the last time these two sides met. The first week of July, it was July the 3rd, and it was Leicester 53, Kings Lynn 37 on that occasion.
Was that when Kings Lynn was really, 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 really patched up?
They had Zach Cook guesting for Nikolai Clint, and it was rider replacement for Yankovic, and they had Tobias Thompson in for Ben Cook. Yeah, they were patched up.
Yeah, I think this Kings Lynn team we've got tonight should do better than 37 points.
But the number one on that occasion, he's the number one again tonight. Niels Christian Everson, he only scored 4 on that night. I think he only got about 4 paid 5 on Monday, something silly like that. It weren't a lot.
He got 2 plus 1.
2 and 1. So he got 2 paid 3, so it weren't great, was it?
And he didn't ride in Sweden yesterday.
No, he didn't.
Now, a lot of speculation has been going around as to whether he'll ride tonight or not, but I believe he's riding this evening. We've told you he is, so I hope he is.
It looks like he's here. We hadn't saw him in the picture, but there's nothing that's gone out to say he's not.
Let me have a butcher's.
And on that occasion, actually, in that meeting, Drew Kemp scored 10 paid 12, including 2 race wins and a paid win as well. So, he was going well. But Zach Cook is a slightly different prospect to Nikolai Clint, who has obviously had experience as a Leicester rider in the past, albeit a little while ago now.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, this is a cup final. Stuart Dixon puts a lot of pressure on his boys in a league meeting. Has he put any extra pressure on Leicester, considering they haven't won this trophy in 50 years?
I'll be honest. I think Leicester will put pressure on themselves. They've done the hard part by going away from home and keeping it close. Can you whack your camera off? Must just sat instead of full screen.
My sincere apologies. I forgot I had it on.
As pretty as your face is, it'd be nice to see the. There we go.
In the post, but
I do think that the Leicester boys will have pressure on. In theory, they'd have gone away hoping to keep it close. To come back here, at 45 all, they'll be rubbing their hands together, and I think it'll suit Kings Lynn going in as underdogs as well for now, which they absolutely are for this second leg. There's no two ways about it.
I mean, we love an underdog story in Speedway, don't we?
We do.
And to be honest, I'm sorry to bring this back up again because it happened a while ago. But we had a nice little knockout cup underdog story in 2023. Admittedly in the championship. But then there was a lot going against us that night.
I've just had a quick look at the comments on on Speedway update. Somebody said Sam Masters never won a race at Poole last night, and that's a very, very good point. Sam Masters wasn't particularly great last night at Poole.
Him and Richard Lawson was very consistent.
There
Richard
were
Lawson had 5 race wins.
Sam had 5
Sam
seconds.
Masters had
or
5
6.
second places.
Was it 5 or 6? No, he didn't take the tactical, did he? Did he
5,
take the
yeah,
tactical?
no.
No, he didn't.
Strecky didn't even bother to use the tactical.
And the Leicester boys having a look at the starts. The toss was won by Kings Lynn, who opted to take 2 and 4 in Heat 1. And
That they did.
tonight's referee is Chris Durner. Track looks okay. Starts look grippy as you'd expect, but they haven't had a massive downpour beforehand, so the starts look fine tonight, to be honest. And Leicester will be expecting to
They'll be expecting to win.
They will. That tarpaulin looks like it's going to fly away.
Well, maybe it will.
All the Aussies have got sunglasses on, and everybody else hasn't.
Standard.
Carl's changed his bike covers this year, or did he have them last year? I know he used to have a bit of blue in them as well, but there's no blue in them, it's just black and gold.
He had a bit of, he definitely had a bit of blue in him last year with
There's
us.
none in them. There's none in them this year. Oh, Drew's got his glasses on as well. He's shades.
Yeah, but Drew's a bit of a weirdo, so he can join the Aussies.
Like us, we're a bit weird, a bit strange. Right,
I mean,
on the spot.
we're not normal.
Score prediction.
You know, I've said it all day. The time has come. I'm going to stick with it. 44-46.
You reckon Kings Lynn nick it by a couple?
I reckon Kings Lynn nick this.
I reckon that Leicester romp home. I'm going to go 51-39 to Leicester.
I mean, yeah, that's the likely outcome, innit? Well, a score of that kind of calibre, but I don't know. I'm a believer in the underdogs. Definitely not because I've been getting poo from my boss from a comment I made on the British Speedway forum about Scunny.
Absolutely not. And interestingly enough, Niels Christian Everson is here.
He's there.
Yep,
A
he's here.
very, very good crowd here, to be honest.
Really good crowd, and these will be expecting Leicester to lift the title. There's no two ways about it. Scott Nichols has got his Oxford Kevlars on.
Well, he needs to get some form of wear out of him.
It's true. And that 3 and 4 partnership of Scott Nichols and Chris Harris is, arguably Britain's most legendary riders, you could say, or two of certainly.
100%. You think British Speedway, and they're the two riders that you think of.
Is it 10 British titles between them? Scotty with 7 and Bomber with 3?
I believe it is.
I think it's 10.
But they was a long time ago.
They were, yeah. It is interesting to see Scott have his Oxford suit on though. I was expecting the Plymouth
Maybe he didn't want to get his Plymouth one dirty.
The Petrol Heads has commented, that's a new name, will you show the race? Unfortunately not, the copyright won't allow that, but it can be purchased from BSN for $13.99, or you can have our radio style commentary of it where we'll talk you through the race, but we can't show it. But it can be brought for $13.99 from BSN, always included in the Premiership Season Pass.
But it can. So yeah, again, we do try and put it in disclaimers and stuff whenever we can, but yeah, unfortunately we can't show the racing. Would love to be able to, but Martin Hunter would chew our bottoms off and then hand it to us. So yeah, we didn't really want that.
Evans says, come on Lions. I mean, to be fair, Leicester are my closest team, so although I've got no affiliation to Leicester, Scott Nichols ain't happy with that top he's got on his changing. Although I've got no affiliation to Leicester or anything like that, Yeah, I'd like to see Leicester win this, to be honest. I think Scott is going up a size. I think that one may have been just a touch too tight, and this is his first time guesting in the Premiership, isn't it? And they've changed this year from race jackets to pull-over T-shirts, long-sleeved.
Or if you're Oxford, just nick a t-shirt from the track shop and cut the arms off.
Or that, yeah. But yeah,
But yeah,
Scott wasn't happy with that top, and he walked off to somewhere. Maybe they've brought a race jacket down as well, but he weren't happy.
I mean, if the top's too tight for you, it's too tight, and if it makes it uncomfortable to ride in, you know, you're not going to want to ride in it, are you? So
No, so
I do understand it.
I think it'd be better if it was sleeveless or short sleeve, but then obviously they've got it the way they have for the club sponsors on the sleeves. But I personally think a short sleeve or sleeveless top might be more comfortable to ride in. Ever since I've seen these tops, I've thought they look uncomfortable, and so it probably looks like it's proving as well.
Kings Lynn should just have had another race suit made. One size fits all. You took it up or you took it down, and he could have just borrowed that for the night.
And the riders are getting ready for Heat 1. So you've gone for 44.46, I've gone 51.39. Let's see how close we get. This is the only meeting going on tonight, so if you are watching or listening to us, get in the comments, give us your predictions, give us your thoughts, give us stuff to talk about during filler times, because there's no other meetings taking place.
No, there isn't. There's plenty of meetings coming up over the weekend, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. And if you're at a loose end tomorrow and you're not coming to see me at Scunny, Dylan, our community supporter, Alan, will be here covering Redcar versus Glasgow.
Yeah, that should be fun.
So fun times ahead.
And the sun's out. We don't usually have this. We don't have the sun.
We haven't got it in Scunny at the minute.
We haven't got it where I am, and I ain't a massive distance away from Leicester, to be honest, but we ain't got none either. Riders are coming down for Heat 1. Nicola Clint specifically chose gates 2 and 4, so he obviously found something there on their track walk that he didn't, well, he liked the look of, or he saw something on 1 and 3 that didn't like the look of. So Leicester will have gate 4 through the majority of the second half of the meeting when it's gone off. So smart by Nicola Clint to get the Kings Lynn boys out of the way early on gate 4. Streams froze.
Yeah, but obviously,
It's frozen up, some froze again.
it's frozen, it's sort, it's yes and it's no, or whatever that song Katy Perry said.
Heat number 1 then, the lineup going off the inside gate in blue for the Lions, the guest Tom Brennan. Gate 2 in yellow, Richard Lawson. Gate 3 in red is the skipper of the Lions, Max Frick. And off gate 4 in white is Niels Christian Everson, whose form, let's be honest, has been a little bit concerning lately, and Everson was late to the tapes. If he's messing around now, he could find himself in a bit of hot water.
That he could, but it looks like he's ready to race to the start. Marshall walking away for Heat number 1. The tapes fly away. It goes. A perfect start there for Tom Brennan as he gets to the first turn first, and Max Frick now blasts around the outside there, and it's currently the Lions on a home 5-1 at the minute. Niels Christian Everson, at the rear of the field. Ex-Lion Nord Richard Lawson's hot on the heels of Tom Brennan. Now, Max Frick really needs to look after Tom Brennan here, but is he going to be able to do so? No, because it looks like Niels Christian Everson wants to race his own teammate, which is just going to allow these two Lions to get themselves into the distance as we go into the third penultimate lap then of Heat number 1. Max Frick's going to remain unbeaten after going unbeaten in quite a few matches here at the Hydroscand Arena, and yeah, it's good. It's going to be a big 5-round bar in any form of slips, trips, falls, and mechanical failures. T-shirt coming soon, maybe if we're lucky. But Frick's going wide there. Brennan to the inside. Brennan's pulling wheelies. It's a comfortable 5-1 to Leicester to start us off this evening.
That was done by Max Frick. Niels Christian Everson made a really good start. Max Frick ran in mid-track, and then edged himself out, left Niels Christensen absolutely no room to come round him. Perfectly legal, perfectly good pass, and Tom Brennan just slipped up the inside as well, and the Lions, Richard Lawson challenged but couldn't really land a blow, and Niels Christensen's poor form continues. Heat number 1 was won by the rider in red, Max Frick, with a winning time of 61.33. Second in blue, Tom Brennan, and third in yellow, Richard Lawson. 5 points to Leicester, 1 to Kings Lynn. And the aggregate score is now 50 points to 46. Max Frick.
It was a decent gate there from Niels, but yeah, just took Niels out wide. Nothing dirty or anything in it. Just a very good move.
Max Frick's added an air of ruthlessness and a little bit of a hardness to his riding. You know, he's usually seen as one of the quieter Aussies that just goes about his business. He's definitely added another edge this year.
I'm going to sound disrespectful here, but I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. It is about time he found this ruthlessness within him, because, you know, we've seen on track so many times over the years he's been too nice of a rider.
I mean, people don't like him, but Nicky Pedersen had a little bit of ruthlessness about him. Freddie Lindgren's got it about him nowadays. You know, you want to be a top rider.
Pedersen, what an hero.
You want to be a top rider, you need to be able to do that. Heat 2, Gate 1 in white for the Stars. Their skipper, Nikolai Klint. Gate 2 in red is Drew Kemp. Gate 3 in yellow, Luke Harrison, the rising star for Kings Lynn. And off the outside in blue is Joe Thompson, the rising star for Leicester. And it looks like Luke Harrison may have been signed full-time now for Kings Lynn.
I mean, I can't...
Just looking at the averages on the British Speedway website, he's now listed as the rising star.
That's fair enough then. Maybe he has. I don't know. I definitely don't work for his dad, so I could find out.
And Drew Kemp will be hoping to have a solid race here. To be fair, this heat on Monday at Kings Lynn was a 5-1 to the home team, with Luke Harrison arguably putting in his best individual race performance in a Stars race jacket.
Certainly at home, definitely, I'd agree to that. And Luke notoriously does not like this place, so I mean, you'd expect Clinty to absolutely poo house this, but we'll soon see as the start marshal now then walks away for route number 2. The tapes fly up, away we go. Again, it's a very solid start there for Drew Kemp, but Nikolai Klint's got to that first turn first, and Luke Harrison now gets himself up the inside there of Joe Thompson. So the Stars currently on a 4-2 hit advantage, but Joe Thompson looking to come back up the inside there of Luke Harrison. Can Luke maintain that third place? He can just at the moment, but now Joe Thompson's barges his way up underneath Luke Harrison here, forces Luke wide, and there was I don't think there was any malice in that, but it was just a slight untidy ride. Nikolai Klint's out in front, and Luke is still trying absolutely everything to get around Joe Thompson at the back of the field. But the first two are very, very comfortably now in the positions, and to be honest, I can't see Luke getting past Joe, if I'm being completely honest, at this point. But we've got one lap left to go. Nikolai Klint's leading like an example, like he should be doing, to be honest, as a reserve. A rider of his calibre. Drew Kemp's going to get himself a second place, and it's definitely going to be a share of the spoils here in heat number 2.
Yeah, it was a good ride from Joe. There was no malice in that move on Luke. It was what we were talking about earlier. It was just a ruthless move. Can you give this stream a quick refresh, Musk? 'Cause it's quite laggy. And that was a brilliant ride from Nikolai Klint, as you'd expect from a rider of his calibre, to be honest, like you called. Drew looked solid enough. I thought Drew had made the gate, and Klint's bog just dragged him forward when it counted, and he did exactly what Max Frick did, gated and went towards that wide line. It was temporarily a 5-1 to Kings Lynn.
It was. Very, very, very early times, but...
And Joe did look quicker though. Joe, and it was one of those rare occasions Joe didn't make the gate. Is this where he passes him? Yeah, there's nothing in there. It's absolutely fine. There was a gap there and he went for it. Result of heat 2 was a win for the rider in white, Nikolai Klint. Second in red, Drew Kemp, and third in blue, Joe Thompson. That was a 3-all, and it's now 8 points to Leicester, 4 to Kings Lynn, and 53 points to 49 on aggregate.
But it is.
And it's interesting to see Kings Lynn swap their guest for this one. They had Louis Kerr Monday, wasn't particularly great to be honest, and Scott Nicholls has raced for Leicester before, although he's just starting his season with Plymouth as well, so he's maybe not the Scott Nicholls you may be used to seeing at the moment.
100%.
Hit number 3, gate 1 in blue for the Lions, Carl Howarth. Gate 2 in white, Chris Harris. Gate 3 in red, Ryan Douglas. And gate 4 in yellow, Scott Nicholls. This pairing for Leicester have done some real damage, especially in this heat at home.
That they have.
I think they've got a 5-1 in this race on Monday, you know.
I'll tell you now. Yes, they did.
It's a really good pairing, this.
I do remember the last time Kings Lynn visited Leicester with that very forceful move on Chris Harris from Kyle Howarth. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in heat number 3. Starmash walks away, the tapes fly away we go. Again, it's a very good start there for the Lions pairing, and it's the Lions that have got to the first turn first, with Chris Harris and Scott Nicholls having no answer for Kyle Howarth and Ryan Douglas. Although Chris Harris now looking to come around the outside of the Lions pairing, and can Chris Harris do it? Chris Harris just about got past Kyle Howarth there. Good move there from Chris the Bomber Harris, but Scotty Nicholls at the rear of the field, and now Chris Harris has got Ryan Douglas in his sights. What can Chris Harris do now as he's looking to come around the outside again here, but he's not quite got the speed in his bike to get anywhere near Ryan Douglas out there in front. Scott Nicholls is a million miles behind, and I think Kyle Howarth's very settled now in the third place, but the big battle is still for first and second. Chris Harris not giving up hope yet on a race win. He's got Dougie in his sights. He's got one lap left to go, and Dougie just holding the inside line to mid-track here as he's trying to force Chris Harris to go wide. Dougie slowed up a little bit there. What can Chris Harris do as he come round turns 3 and 4 for the final time? Howarth is going really wide here. It's going to be away for Douglas, and Harris gets the second place.
To be fair then, Chris Harris was quicker than Dougie. Dougie was riding so conservatively.
He was.
He just didn't look comfortable, and as I think we expected, Scott Nicholls, as has been the case since he's started his comeback really, he's just starting meetings touch slow. Hit number 3 was won by the rider in red, Ryan Douglas, with a winning time of 62.48. Second in white, Chris Harris, and third in blue, Carl Howarth. 4 points to Leicester, 2 to Kings Lynn, and the score now on the night is 12 points to 6, and on aggregate is 57 points to 51. Leicester gated on a 5-1 though. There's a big bump entering Ben 1 though from gate 1.
That there is. Yeah.
And even early on, Bomber made that outside line work. If there's a line there already, this is a Chris Harris style track already.
It is.
Is this? No, Joe stays in. I'd have maybe put Drew in here. Closed, opened up a bit of a gap now. Get the meeting beyond Kings Lynn already, and you know, no tacticals allowed here. Nicola Clint is coming in for Luke Harrison in yellow.
That's bold.
I'm not surprised by that. Kings Lynn are going to want to close this gap straight away. They obviously can't use tactical now in this sort of tie, so they can't afford to let Leicester get 8, 10, 12 points clear.
No, that they can't. It's a bit harsh on Luke, but you've got to do what you've got to do.
And Luke will have to take the extra right. He'll probably get thrown into the harder races. Maybe heats. Is it 7 when Clint's supposed to be in, or 6? One of the two.
6.
The lineup of Heat 4 then. Gate 1 in blue, Joe Thompson. Gate 2 in yellow, winner of Heat 2, Nicola Clint. Gate 3 in red, out for his first ride of the meeting, Sam Masters. And off the outside in white is Palmer's Kings Lynn man to watch. And his hero, Strawberry Jam Yankovic, who's off to Latvia after this meeting. I don't know if there's any Polish ones tomorrow, but he's racing in Riga on Saturday for the Grand Prix.
You had to remind me, didn't you? Let's have a look, actually. I know he rides... No, it's Chester Over versus Torrent tomorrow So Jankovic will be riding in Chesterhover tomorrow before going to Riga. So will Jason Doyle. Anyway, Heat 4 at Leicester in the United of the Kingdoms. The start marshal is about to walk away. Tapes fly up or away we go. It's a good start there from Nikolai Clint, who gets to that first turn first. Sam Masters is there in the second place position, but Jankovic now trying to storm himself around the outside there. It's not quite worked out as Sam Masters really held that line there. Nikolai Clint still out in front. Sam Masters is wheeling as he goes down the home straight there. Jankovic now looking to come up the inside here. It's not quite working out for him just yet. He just needs to find that little bit more speed, just get that back wheel out in the dirt a little bit. Joe Thompson's at the rear of the field, which you probably kind of expect in this kind of race, to be honest, as we go into the next lap. It's going to be a 4-2 advantage in this race so far to the Kings Lynn Stars Baron. Any slips, trips, falls on mechanical failures. T-shirt coming soon, maybe, who knows. Ask the merchandise providers. We've got one lap left to go then. Nikolai Clint's winning this at an absolute canter. Apologies about that, folks. But Sam Masters settled now in second place, and I think Jankovic is all but settled in third. And Kings Lynn closed that gap.
And that was all done from the gate. I'd say Jankovic looked quicker than Sam there. Nicola Clint made a really good start off gate two to go away, but they would have been hoping for more from that, I think. I don't think 4-2 does them too many favours. It closes the gap a touch, but the result of Heat 4 was a win for the rider in yellow, Nicola Clint, with a race winning time of 62.08. Second in red, Sam Masters, and third in white, Jankovic. 2 points to Leicester, 4 to Kings Lynn, makes it 14-10 on the night, and 59 points to 55 on aggregate. Beautiful start from Nikolai Clint, and everyone's getting in and then running wide, and this was almost the perfect cutback from Sam. He comes straight up the inside of Kvek and tries to go around the outside of Clint all in one go. Jimmy says, evening guys.
Evening Jimmy, we're doing well, me old roots. Yeah, this was a class ride here from Nikolai Clint, and I think it's safe to say, to be honest, racing for Plymouth has helped Nikolai Clint this season a hell of a lot.
Yeah, he looks like he's moving out of reserve for August, doesn't he? And Ben Cook drops down, or guests for Ben Cook drops down, yeah. But Nikolai Clint moves up, and the spell at reserve, along with the meetings with Plymouth as well, have really helped him out, to be honest.
100%.
Well, we've got a moment. Do you want to quickly run through the meetings that are coming up over the weekend, in case anyone's got any at a track near them?
So, me other butchers. If you're in the Lincolnshire area tomorrow, Scunthorpe host Workington in a Cab Direct Championship encounter. The Scorpions looking to get back to winning ways at home after 2 50-40 defeats to various opponents. The Red Card Bears host the Glasgow Tigers in what looks like a very, very tasty encounter. And if you can't get to that one, obviously, Dylan out are doing a watch along to that one tomorrow. Or if you're up to north, is the Edinburgh Monarchs taking on the Berwick Bandits in a Southern Scottish to Northern Scottish derby. On Saturday, we've got a packed championship programme up in the north with the Berwick Bandits taking on the Oxford Cheetahs, Glasgow Tigers taking on the Scunthorpe Scorpions, and the Plymouth Gladiators taking on the Workington Comets, all of them with a 7 o'clock start. And then on Sunday, the anniversary of when I popped out of my mum, the Leicester Fox Cubs are in action at the Hydro-Scand Arena against the Plymouth Centurions. I'll tell you what, we'll go down to Monday in that as well. Monday live on TNT Sport is Bellevue Aces versus Ipswich Witches, Birmingham Brummies versus Sheffield Tigers, and you're never going to believe this. Kings Lynn are at home to Leicester.
Oh God! And I'm sure there's a BSN meeting on Saturday as well. Plymouth against
Plymouth and Workington.
So that's on BSN with a 7 o'clock start from Plymouth. The watch along for tomorrow night, me and Al covering Redcar versus Glasgow. We've got the two teams confirmed Red Car have confirmed that rider replacement operates for Eric Riss. The change in the averages for August means Jody Scott moves into the main body with Jake Mulford dropping to reserve. However, Jake Mulford is injured, and
He's
Red
not.
Car
He's in
a
SGP2.
GP2, yeah, he's in GP2.
Same thing, though.
Same thing, and he ain't going to do any good in GP2 either.
He's going to win it. He's Britain's next hope of a world champion, did you know?
Red Car have booked Ben Trigger, who's harshly, I think it's fair to say, was released by Plymouth. So he comes into guest at number 6 for the Bears tomorrow night. Their team lineup is Charles Wright at number 1, Jody Scott slots in at number 2, Jason Edwards at 3 to ride a replacement at number 4 for Eric Chris, with I think everybody eligible to take it. Or
I'll have a look now for you, me old China. I've got the British Speedway website up.
It's Danny King at 5, Ben Trigger guests at 6, and Ace Piper rides at number 7 for Red Car.
Championship 2025 declarations. Whee! Right, where's the car of Reds? Ride replacement for Eric Riss, isn't it?
Yes.
Everybody bar Charles Wright can have a ride.
Everyone bar Charles Wright. And for Glasgow, Chris Harris rides at number 1. It's Vilads Nagal at number 2. Ride replacement for Dan Thompson at number 3, who's also in GP2. And everyone is eligible to take an RR for him because he's second in the Glasgow averages. Leon Flint is at number 4. Carl Herf at 5. Freddie Hodder at 6. Max Perry at 7. And then nominated number 8 is Steen Piper. So we could get a battle of the Piper brothers if Steen gets a ride.
Piper boys? What boys?
And Jimmy says, I hope to see you at Red Car tomorrow. Palmer's working at Scunny tomorrow night for Scunny versus Workington.
I do want to get to Red Car this season for a championship match, and I do intend to go a week on Friday because Scunny out at home, and I believe Red Car have Berwick, because it's the day before Berwick versus Scunny. I was going to go to Berwick versus Scunny, but it was too expensive, so I'll just go to Red Car instead because it's cheaper.
Fair enough. And talking of Scunny, the Steelers National Development League team have dipped into the transfer market because Nathan Ablett's injury sounds to be a little bit worse than first expected, and it looks like he could be out for the foreseeable future. So the Scunthorpe and Sheffield Steelers have signed another fella we work for, Ben Morley, for the remainder of the National League season.
Well, it gives us a bit more work, doesn't it? I believe, does Ben make his debut for us at Oxford?
Oxford on August the 24th, yeah.
Oh, the day after's a bank holiday, isn't it, the 25th?
It is, because it was when you were going to come to Brum if you could have got the day off work. The Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, the day after. May be tempted to go to Oxford for that one. And then I can tell that Oxford supporter that we know quite well that his home track's a poo owl.
And a lot of help going on for Drew Kemp's bike in the pits. Tom Brennan's there working with him. Dan Gilks is in there, and Max Frick's mechanics are in there as well.
And then you've got, I don't know what his name is, I'm going to call him Ian, just stood there with his hands in his pockets.
That's Drew's spanner man, isn't it?
It might, yeah, it does look like that. It probably his granddad. I'm sure Drew's granddad rides for mechanics for him. Sorry.
And Dougie and Richard Lawson just having a chin wag. I remember when I was doing the gate for Birmingham last season. Richard Lawson does like to do this when there's a track raid. He'll have his head over the fence and he'll have a chin wag with anyone that starts a chin wag with him. I stood having a chin wag with him about his testimonial, which was like a couple of weeks after he guessed. I think he guested for Ipswich. And yeah, he was just stood there having a chat. It's nice that some riders do that. They'll just stand and have a chin wag.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and it's one thing about the speedway which makes our sport so unique. The riders from each team go and have a chin wag with each other. They're very approachable people to the supporters as well. So it's pretty cool. Well, most riders are approachable to supporters.
And obviously we know Dougie quite well. He'll have a chinwag with anyone as well. He's an Aussie. They're generally quite laid back.
When I went to Leicester versus Kings Lynn in May, right, the day before I went to Poland, and we was walking back round towards the pits after the meeting, and had done like interviews at the start line. Dougie had a run to catch up with me, and he's like, "All right, Dan, mate, how we doing?"
He's
You
a top
you
bloke.
wouldn't get that anywhere else.
Harry says hi. That's a new name as well that I ain't saw in our comments before. So
Hello, Harry. Happy Thursday. Did I get the day right this time?
it is. It's Thursday. I thought it was
Yes.
I thought it was Wednesday today. It's because I'm on holiday
I know.
countdown, and I was expecting this week to go really slow, and it's not. And I'm like, yes.
I know one thing, Mush.
It's Friday
It's
tomorrow
not
because you get an early finish.
It's not Friday because I haven't had a nice little notification to say money's gone into my bank account.
That's true. We got 16 people watching us tonight.
And of course, if you do enjoy these the streams and watch-alongs that we do, tell your pals, get them involved, because our numbers they've been rocketing recently. I think last night we hit 33, was it?
33 at one point, which doesn't sound a lot, but for two fat fellas who sit at home and talk about what's going on a screen for a couple of hours, that's solid enough.
It would be pretty cool if and I think it's doable this season for us to hit 50.
For sure. Interestingly, right, Nikolai Clint went for gates 2 and 4 in Heat 1 based off of winning the toss, and gate 4's not won a race, and gate 2 has won 1. Gate 1 has won 1, and gate 3 has won 2, so 2 and 4 wasn't the right choice early on.
It's a look of the draw, isn't it? It's used to be the thing at Scunny where if you won the toss, you
There's
knew
your drinking, buddy. Oh, Jen.
Big up, Jen. What a woman.
I'm sure if you were going to Latvia this weekend, you'd have been out having a cheeky beverage again.
You damn right I would have done, you old child.
You don't need telling twice to go and have a beverage, do you?
No, I do not.
There's Christian Everson comes off the favoured gate 3 this time. Heat number 5, lining up off gate 1 in yellow, 3rd place in heat 1. Richard Lawson, gate 2 in blue, winner of heat number 3, but definitely wasn't the quickest rider on the track. Ryan Douglas, gate 3 in white. He ran last place first time out in heat 1. Niels Christian Everson, and off the outside in blue, Kyle Elworth, who also ran a 3rd place in his opening ride of heat 3 for that Leicester 4-2. On paper, you've got to say this fancies the Lions, but on gates at this exact moment, it fancies Kings Lynn.
Who knows what will happen? I mean, we may get my brand new saying. We may have some slips, twips, falls, and mechanical failures. you just never know. Or Kyle Elworth might murder somebody again.
He's added a ruthless streak this year as well, hasn't he?
I think going to Glasgow's done him a world of good, to be honest. Star Master walks away for heat number 5. The tapes go up, away we go. It's a solid start there for Ryan Douglas, who gets that first turn first. And the two Kings Lynn boys are in 2nd and 3rd, although Richard Lawson looks to come up the inside there of Ryan Douglas. And they do it, not quite. Douglas just holds the line. And Kyle Elworth tried to kick Richard Lawson off the back. Now Niels Christian Everson looking to go wide on Ryan Douglas. He could put a blanket over all 4 of these, literally. I'm not just saying it because Kelvin does. Douglas goes wide, Lawson towards the inside. Could Richard Lawson make a move? Not quite. And don't discount Kyle Elworth at the back, who's closing in on Niels Christian Everson here as well. And he's done Niels Christian Everson, and now Kyle Elworth has got Richard Lawson setting his sights, and Lawson's got Douglas setting his sights. This is going to be a thrilling end to this, and don't discount Niels Christian Everson now, because he's not a million miles behind Kyle Elworth. Niels Christian Everson's pirouetted and done a little 360. Will he get up? I don't know. We've got one that left to go, so this race can be awarded if needs be.
Reds are on.
Yeah, the Reds are on.
That'll be awarded. There was no battling left to be done.
No.
And that sums up Niels. I think Niels withdraws from this. He don't look himself as a...
I don't think he's fit anyway. I believe he's still riding with broken ribs, and
he's landed straight on him.
And he's, well, as we've just seen, he's yeah, he's clutching his ribs. So
I don't think there was a battle left to be had there. Dougie had wrapped up that win, and I don't think Kyle Elf would have passed Richard Lawson either on the last two turns. I think that gets awarded. It should be awarded. The riders think it's going to be awarded. They've gone back in, but Niels Christian Everson goes on his own, and I'll be honest, I think that's probably the end of his knockout cup final.
100%.
Yeah, he lands straight on his side, and with broken ribs, that's the last thing you want to be doing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, I've had broken ribs in the past,
And they're not comfortable.
They're a pain when you're not riding a speedway bike, and to do that and to go bouncy on the track, it's not very pleasant.
There's no exclusion light on. He will be excluded from that. It just depends whether it's obviously we can't hear what's been announced because we have to have it on mute. We'll see if the result comes up or whether it's going to be rerun.
Well, it's 18-12.
It's been awarded. Heat 5 was a win for the rider in red, Ryan Douglas. Second in yellow was Richard Lawson. And third in blue, Carl Howarth. 4-2 to Leicester. 18 points to 12. And that 6-point gap opens up again. I do think Lawson could have, but there was no guarantees of that. Of Carl Howarth could have done Lawson, but I don't think it would have warranted a rerun, to be honest. I think Leicester would much rather take the 4-2.
100%. I can't disagree with that.
Was Dougie off too then? He was, weren't he?
Yes.
Gate 2 has won the last two races in succession, with Nicola Clint in 4 and Dougie in 5. Everson's got his Kev is open. He looks winded and blown up. I don't think we'll see him again.
Yeah, he doesn't look very comfortable, does he?
Really good gate from Dougie. That no lift at all. He just goes straight forward.
He does. That was a very solid ride, that.
Richard Lawson was there, and Dougie lifted.
He was.
But he was brave and chopped. I thought both the Kings Lynn boys were doing Dougie here. He locks up slightly, and he does
so
well.
Did I.
He does well to hold on to that.
But yeah, he literally was the meat in the sandwich, wasn't he?
And I think, to be fair, he probably puts the Kings Lynn boys closer to each other than they'd have liked. I don't think Everson goes down if he's not as close to Lawson. Although he was close to him on that lap as well, to be honest.
He was.
And both the Leicester boys were on the outside, both the Kings Lynn boys were on the inside when Everson does come down, which is interesting. The home riders both going for the outside line, whilst the two Kings Lynn riders going for the inside. Lawson locks it up. There's nothing in that. Everson's just out of control.
Neil's just... I wouldn't even say that. I think it just looked like Niels could almost see him riding into back of Richard's back wheel, and he just had to take avoiding action.
This is going to be a brilliant race. Gate 1 in red, Max Frick, winner of heat number 1. Gate 2 in white, third place out in heat number 4, Jankovic. Gate 3 in blue, Paid, winning heat 1 with a 5-1 with Max Frick. He's the guest Tom Brennan. And gate 4 in yellow, unbeaten up to this point. I'm rather surprised Luke Harrison's not come in, to be honest, but Nicola Clint retains his spot, and his maximum's on the line against the highest average rider in the league, and a pairing that got a 5-1 in their opening race together.
I would have thought the shit one in this one would be a GP rider.
When it's Jankovic, me.
To be honest, right, I know I'm a bit of a Jankovic fanboy, but to be fair, there's been a lot of improvement in Jankovic in the GPs this year. He has justified his place in there to an extent. Anyway, heat number 6 here at Leicester. Start mastering motorway, the tapes fly up away we go. It's a fairly even start there, and it's Max Frick that has that lead at the minute, but Nikolai Clint coming to blast himself around the outside. Oh, Nikolai Clint's gone down.
And he's missed all the fence. He's missed all the fence. I think Clint goes for that. I think Nikolai Clint goes for that.
I can't disagree with that, to be honest.
Someone will go. It was on the second turn.
And that just sums up Kings Lynn season, doesn't it?
And he's missed the air fence as well. He's clattered straight into the wooden kickboards on the back straight. the place you don't want to be coming down. Max Frick does nothing wrong there. Clint's on his
Yeah.
knees. He looks more bewildered than anything else. Let's just watch another
Yeah.
replay. But for me, he picks up anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Max has done nothing wrong there.
nah.
He's in front. He's eligible. Oh, that's a whacker half, that.
Yeah, Nikolai might be a bit sore in the morning.
Max is in front. He's eligible to take his line. There's no contact. He's nowhere near him.
I think it looks almost like Nikolai is sort of turning into after it.
Yeah, he's looking for that. For me, I think he goes for that. I think if Max goes, that's extremely harsh. It's good to see him walking away, because that's the place you do not want to see a rider hitting the fence. He's just clattered the kickboards, and that's not pretty. There's a few replays being shown, so it looks like the ref may want to see these. I don't think there's a lot to look at. Max Frick's in front. There's no
not a lot of
contact.
malice in it, is there?
There's nothing. Nah, he does nothing wrong for me there. Clint just shits his pants and drops it. And yellow has been disqualified. Absolutely the correct decision. The Leicester fans are giving a bit to the Kings Lynn fans.
We'd have fans.
And the last two races have pretty much summed up Leicester, haven't they? Everson dropping it, and Kings Lynn Clint just crashing as well. It's summed up their fortunes in this tie so far.
100%. It's just how it is, isn't it? Yeah, good to see Nikolai's up and about at least.
Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse, but what a way for your maximum to go. Nikolai Clint's arguing with, well, he's telling his team manager he's not happy with being excluded, but they're on the phone to the ref, but there's nothing to argue. He's shit the bed and he's dropped the bike.
Yeah, fun times. It's nice to see a lot of clubs have now got portable phones.
Rob Lyon's thrown the phone back. I don't think he meant to do that. The clerk of the course has missed it.
Clark of the course should have just opened his eyes and just got it in his hand.
I don't think
not hard.
Yeah, he did apologise to him. He went to watch a replay. I don't know what he's moaning about. It's the correct decision all day of the week.
Yeah, he just picked up a little bit too much speed starting here, and he just skyrocketed towards the outside, didn't he?
Max Frick's not gone off his line in any way. There is racing room. There's nothing wrong. I don't know what he's arguing about.
There's not a lot of racing room, but there's a bit.
And being able to lip read, I can tell you that Nikolai Clint just said "fuck's sake" as he walked past.
We do apologise for any form of foul language that may have been said in this broadcast. We don't normally say naughty words like this.
Just saying
but
what
in
he said.
In that case, it was valid. It's nice to see Buster Chapman's turned up to an away meeting.
What's going on in the big group chat? Because I can imagine that's divided opinions.
Oh. So, a Leicester fan, one of the Leicester fans we've got, is... Oh, no, sorry, that's a Sheffield fan. Capes put Max flicking his back wheel out. Absolute shock.
Nothing wrong with that. Capes has got to say that he works for Kings Lynn. He's got to have that opinion.
In fairness, Max has started doing that more in the GPs, but that's that ruthlessness that you've got to have at that level of competition. Squall says exclude the big nose. See you next Tuesday.
Mark Lemon ain't in this race, is he?
Yeah. Mark Lemon's just Nikolai Clint without air. Rob Peasley said crap decision that. Wayne says it's Mike Lemon's son. Rob Peasley comes back and says should have been all four back.
You can't have all four back on this. There was nothing wrong with the first turn.
I think that the large majority of people in this are saying it was basically Nikolai's fault, apart from Capesy, because Capesy, much like myself, loves Buster Chapman.
And whoever said it should have been all 4 back needs to clue themselves up on the rule book. Rerun of heat number 6 then. Max Frick gate 1 in red. Yankovic, the Lone Star, gate 2 in white, and Tom Brennan, gate 3 in blue. Tom had made a really bad start, so he gets the second bite at the cherry. Nikolai Clint excluded, so no rider off the outside.
Oh, this is all on strawberry jam, this, to keep Kings Lynn in the tie.
And to be
So it
fair,
ain't gonna happen,
gate
is it?
2's worked off the last 2 races, so it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's possible.
We can all put hope in the Jam Man clan. That is a thing.
Jam Man
There's
clan.
4 of us in it.
Alan's in the comments. What a boy. Evening, lads. Hello, Alan.
Hello. Hello, Mr. McNally. Have a pleasant evening.
Yours sincerely, Daniel Palmer.
So, sincerely is a big word. I don't use that. The tapes rise there for heat number 6. Max Frick's got there first. And to be fair, Tom Brennan's just blasted himself around the outside there of Yankovic. These two need to really team ride now and keep Yankovic out of it, because Kovec's not a million miles off Tom Brennan here. Max Frick's are virtually away and gone. The big battle is for second, but Tom Brennan there blocking Kovec's line there beautifully, as it's currently the Lions on a 5-1 advantage. But Kovec is getting close to Brennan. It's just he just hasn't got the speed to actually make the move.
Are you watching a different race to me, much?
They're getting quicker the more I'm talking.
He's nowhere bloody near him.
Yeah. He was 2 laps ago. Right, I'm 2 laps behind.
Is your brain on lag?
I have a brain.
Well.
Nobody told me that. The Lions on a very comfortable 5-1 heat advantage now, and they're going to extend their 6-point lead to a number a lot bigger than 6. As yeah, that happened.
He's putting pressure on him. He was half a straight clear of him. Max Frick did what he needed to. Tom Brennan, despite what Palmer says, absolutely had second place under control from the tapes to flag, ironically.
Podcast coming soon, maybe.
And the result of Heat 6 was a win for the rider in red, as somebody called him, the Big No See You next Tuesday, or as we like to call him, Max Frick. Second in blue, Tom Brennan, and third in white, Yankovic. Alan says, who is this posh Palmer? Get me the real damn Palmer back.
Alright, Alan, you'll see you next Tuesday.
That was all done from the game.
I need a lollipop after that. I've got a big box of them sitting right next to me.
That was all over from the first turn.
It was really, wasn't it? Yeah, the first lap and a half, it looked like Kovec was maybe making a move on the outside, but he just didn't have the speed in the bike, did he? So, fun.
The riders are out for heat number 7.
Come on, Kingsland, get a 5-1 here, and then us 2 immature fat people can go away for half a minute.
The progressive score, by the way, is 23 points to 13 on the night and 68-58 on aggregate. Lineup of heat 7. Gate 1 in white, really quick in his first one actually, just couldn't get past Dougie early on. Chris Harris, gate 2 in red. Sam Masters had to work really hard for his second place. Gate 3 in yellow. Scott Nichols somewhat tailed off in heat 3, and off the outside in blue, Drew Kemp, who was second in heat 2, which seems like a long time ago. Chris says Max Lemon, you mean?
Same person, innit?
Same fella. DNA test and all that.
Mark's brother. Daniel Winchester's long lost lover.
And Win E says evening, gents. That's a name that was here last night as well.
Was good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Or toaster, microwave, whatever you identify as.
Yeah, basically.
Air fryers, the thing these days, isn't it? They're a godsend. I couldn't imagine life without an air fryer now.
They're a better invention than sliced bread, and I like me sliced bread.
They're a better invention than chocolate, and I like me chocolate.
I wouldn't go that far.
I won't.
Chocolate makes fat people like us, quite happy.
So does ice cream.
Yeah. be
And
fair.
Jaffa
So does this
Cakes,
lollipop.
which I'm going to get in the interval in a minute. Well, track red.
I can't blame you. The tapes rise then forward at number 7. It's a solid start there from Chris Harris, who gets the first and first. Sam Masters goes really, really wide there, and he's not been able to get the lead. And now Drew Kemp looking to come underneath Scott Nichols here. It's currently the Stars on a 4-2, but I think Drew's just about done enough to get underneath Scott, and Sam's just about to come underneath Chris Harris here. So we've got a good race here, and Drew Kemp's looking to come underneath Chris Harris here as well. And Chris Harris says, "You're not coming through, pal. I'm the old guard here." And but Sam Masters is checked out away and gone. And Chris Harris tries him out. I don't think he's quite going to get past Sam. Sam's very, very good round here. And Drew Kemp, I think, is safe now in the third place position with the Lions about to extend their 10-point lead to a 12-point lead. And the Kings and Stars not doing us a solid and getting us a 5-1, so we're going to have to hope that they get a few more points in the board soon as they come on the final 2 turns for heat number 7, and it's a 4-2.
Scott Nichols looks so far off it, it's unbelievable.
I agree.
And Chris Harris made a good start then, which is unusual for Bomber, to be honest. And Drew Kemp looked really, really quick as well. Whatever work they've done to that bike definitely worked, because he, for a brief second, got himself into second. In number 7 was won by the rider in red, Sam Masters, with a winning time of 63.23. Second in white, Chris Harris, and third in blue, Drew Kemp. Another 4-2 to Leicester makes the progressive scores on the night 27 points to 15. And 72 points to 60 on aggregate. Gate 2's the gate to be on at the moment. Brilliant ride by Sam. He dealt with Scott early on. And then
100%.
Really smart cutback here as well. Bomber stuck in no man's land, locks up Sam straight under him just as Drew comes under Scotty. And for a brief second, exiting bend 2 on the second lap. Drew's into second as well.
Did you know nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday? And right now, if you're on a speedway back, you can go to a special place called No Man's Land, where it will cost you 50 points. That's 200 points if for a full race of 4.
How long has it took you to think of that?
All race.
Do you think Kings Lynn should have stuck with Louis Kerr, who's a little bit more race sharp than Scotty?
It's a weird one. Because, don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of respect for Louis Kerr, but he's not necessarily in the best vein of form, is he? At the minute, I mean, he wasn't very good on Monday. He's just been sacked from Sheffield. I think, did he have a good night last night? I can't remember.
He got figures.
He got 10.
Yeah. But Scott Nichols was a straight clear at the end of that race at the back.
He was. And do you reckon, it sounds horrible, but should Scotty have come back? Should he have just seen this season out and started afresh next season?
I mean, he's doing okay for Plymouth. He had a tough one on Saturday at home, but in the away meetings he's been solid, but he has started them slow. If anyone can turn it around, it's him, but he's only going to have one more programme ride, and with Nikolai Clint, other than his fall, doing solid, and he can have 4 more rides yet.
I mean, Nikolai's the only one really keeping Kings Lynn in this. Chris Harris to an extent.
He is, yeah. I absolutely
Dougie looks happy. Dougie looks really happy. He is the Australian Smiley Jace. Apologies if you can hear crunching. I've got one of them nice little blackcurrant lollies that you used to get from the chip shop. Really nice. So, with it obviously being my birthday at the weekend, I went to the shop earlier. I bought myself the Swizzle Sweet Treats box.
According to BSN, that Jan fella from BSN Speedway Updates, according to that Jan fella said that should have been all 4 back as well, and that fills me with all hope that he has no idea what he's talking about.
Different people think different things.
You're one for first bend bunching though, and even that wasn't on the first bloody bend.
No, That was Pitt's Ben bunching without the bunching.
It's that Jan. I don't know what he's doing on BSN. He's added nothing to BSN at all, has he? Let's be brutally honest here.
Not when there's two guys that talk the truth. Well, one of them talk the truth and the other one's you.
Oh yeah, I do like to sit on that fence.
But yeah, don't get some splinters, must they hurt? But
I couldn't sit on the fence here. Collapse first.
That's just by looking at it, Bush.
You got a point.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, I do like the BSN product. I think it's brilliant, but some of the people have got there. I'm not going to mention any names, really.
Brilliant, are they?
They're not the best.
You enjoying that lolly?
Oh, it's lovely.
It sounds it.
I do apologise. I've been sucking on it for the past 2 races.
Excuse me.
And if you see me on Grindr, somebody's done a fake account. It's not me, I promise.
Yankavec is having a chinwag with Adam Roynan in the pits.
2 absolute legends.
No, that's enough about us. Come on, this is about the speedway.
That's one of them's reached the peak of the career. The other one's Adam Roynan.
Shall we take a very quick minute while I go and get some Jaffa cakes?
Yeah, go on then. Let's take. We are back. Apologies about that. Dill needed Jaffa cakes and I needed a wee wee. Heat number 8's on track now. Darren Redding, the start marshal there, practising his kneeling skills. He couldn't quite get on his knees, so I had to give up now.
Has he been watching England women's footballer Chloe Kelly taking her penalties? That requires some knee skills and all of that stuff.
Maybe Bush.
We got the riders out for Heat 8, and this is a protected race, 2 Rising Stars after being. So Heat number 8, going off gate 1 in yellow for the Stars, Luke Harrison. Been a while since he was last out. Gate 2 in blue is Joe Thompson. Gate 3 in white, Richard Lawson. Not quite lived up to expectations so far, to be honest. And off the outside in red is Tom Brennan, with gate 4 being the only gate to have not secured a race win so far. And Joe Thompson is on. Joe's on the favoured gate.
Luke's got really chubby cheeks in that graphic of BSN's. Really, you know, like when your grandma, when you was like a baby,
Oh,
used to grab
grab
your
your
cheek.
cheeks and go, look at your
Yeah.
chubby cheeks.
Luke's just got them kind of cheeks in that picture.
And you're just
Oh
sat there
man.
while she's playing with your cheeks and you're like, stop touching my cheeks and give me some biscuits.
Oh, biscuits. Has to be Foxes though.
Foxy's
When you're
chocolate.
round at your nan's,
Cadbury's
has to
chocolate
be.
fingers or Foxy's biscuits, yeah.
Anyway, enough about biscuits. Heat number 8's about to begin. Luke Harrison's got himself under starters orders. And Star Marshal, we can't actually see what's happening, but Star Marshal has walked away now. Tapes rise for heat number 8. It's a very good start there for Tom Brennan with Richard Lawson there in the second place. But Luke Harrison with a good move there to get up the inside here of Joe Thompson. And now, will Richard Lawson protect Luke or will he go after Tom Brennan? It looks like he's going to go after Tom Brennan, and Luke Harrison's got to fend for himself against Joe Thompson. Joe's towards the outside, and I think he's about to do Luke Harrison here. Luke sticks it to the inside. Luke, a solid good ride there, but he's struggling, and Joe's about to come up the inside here of Luke Harrison. He's done him there. Good move. Oh, contact there.
No, Joe's going
Joe
for that.
goes for that.
Reds are
Joe's
straight
going
on.
for that.
Joe Thompson's out for that. 100% Joe goes for that. I don't think it took a lot for Luke to go down, but Joe does run in. He doesn't run into him, but he does take his front wheel.
There is clear contact.
Yeah, I do think Luke falls really, really easily, but he does. Joe went for him. Luke was slow, and Joe has to go for the move. Yeah, there's clear contact. Joe goes for that 100%. Luke didn't need a second invitation to chuck it down.
No, I don't think Luke would have chucked it down.
He did.
If there was extra room.
Yeah, he did chuck that down though. He's looking for that. But yeah, Joe goes for that.
Well, should go for that.
He will. He'll go for that.
I think he will.
Luke's ripped his Kevlars. He looks more worried about them. And Joe is excluded.
Joe's gone.
I think we can both agree Luke does just chuck that down.
Well, it's something to tell the work lads in the morning, innit?
Somebody came near him and he threw it on the floor.
Done a Tom Spencer, hasn't he?
I think, to be honest, if Joe had not have ran in so he does straighten up a touch. Joe does. Yeah, it is the right decision, but Luke didn't need a second invitation to throw it on the floor.
Yeah, Luke, you've made your old man do some jogging.
I'm going to say, that's the worst place in the track to come down.
Especially when you're a larger gentleman like Mr. Harrison's father.
I couldn't be large and small. I don't like being large and tall, let alone short.
Oh, don't worry. Sometimes Andy Harrison has to look up to his employees. Not me, though. He sort of has to, like, go about 20 steps back so he can see me face, you know, over me belly.
Richard Lawson was putting some pressure on Tom Brennan as well. Tom had made a beautiful start to get over everybody. He's going to have to do that again, but Richard Lawson's going to be wise to it this time out.
100%. And the lady there in all black, Scunny's Clarkle, of course, as well.
The ref will allow extra time now. Luke's got a big hole in the back of his race suit. That's fresh as well. He's not happy with that. Stewart's checking he's alright as well. Joe's excluded and he's rightfully excluded as well. Ryan Guest's there as well. They're all out tonight, aren't they? Yeah, they're all out tonight. There's Christian Everson looks, in no uncertain terms, rather stiff. He looks he looks a little bit like the metal tin can man thing off the Wizard of Oz.
Mitch Clough there as well, having a chinwag with Niels Christian Everson.
He's working with Sam Masters as his spanner man, I think, now for the rest of the season, or until if he does get a spot. I think he's working as one of his pit crew.
It's good to see someone like Chris Harris as well giving an helping hand to Andy and Ian and those that worked on Lucas's motorcycles. I can't see Andy anywhere. He's probably thought, sod this, I'm off to the bar.
Unless he's gone to the van to get Luke's kevies, because that is a nice big hole in the back of them. No, there he
Oh
is.
no, he's turned up.
The work's all done, he's back. That's smart, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, it's a shame Andy couldn't say to me, "You just turn up to work, Dan, when everything's done, and I'll pay you full whack."
Let
No,
all these do
makes
it
me
and then
do
you
the work.
turn up. Shocking, that disgusting behaviour.
But
And
I don't know.
I do think the referee will have the 2 minutes on soon. Luke was stood on the track for about 3 or 4 minutes. And now that they're obviously allowing a bit of time, but the 2 minutes will go on soon. He won't have unlimited time to sort this out, and he's had around 5 or 6 now, all in all, to have that bike looked at. So the 2 minutes should be on any moment now.
Should, when he's ready.
I mean, he's had the time now. He's had longer than most refs give you.
Maybe, who did we say the referee was again tonight?
Don't know.
Maybe Chris Durno just wanted a night out.
Going out for a cheeky drink in Leicester after the meeting.
He might pop to the bar in the car park.
That is unfortunate. It's a nice programme, isn't it,
that was a lovely programme, that.
It is unfortunate for Joe, that, because he was quicker, and I don't think he needed to make that move. I think he'd have got him on the next turn if he needed to bide his time a bit longer. I think he'd have had him. He was miles quicker.
Yeah, 100%.
He just didn't need to do it.
Didn't need to, but he thought, sod you, Luke, you can't beat me round here, I can't beat you round Scunny, so you're off on the floor. As you do.
All the pressure on Tom now. This fella who's spanning in for Richard Lawson tonight worked with Piotr Pavlicki at Birmingham last year.
Oh, well, there's something new that we've learnt this evening.
The club provided 2 mechanics for Piotr while he was there, and this fella was one of them. Clark, of course, is talking to the ref. I'd imagine the 2 minutes will be going on any second now. Riders are coming out, so they're right. Luke's in a bit of a hurry now. I think the ref was generous then, I'll be honest.
He gave quite a bit of time, didn't he? Go on, fat boy, run. Don't stop now just because your son's on track.
Keep going.
Keep going, you're in the race with him.
Put him off gate 2 next to Luke.
Yeah, you can go in Joe Thompson's place. Just run round for 4 laps.
Oh, God.
That could have been a fun conversation in the office tomorrow.
Heat 8, gate 1 in yellow, the rerun, Luke Harrison. No rider off gate 2 with Joe Thompson disqualified. Gate 3 in white is Richard Lawson. And off the outside in red, who was leading the initial staging, Tom Brennan. We've got 18 people watching us. Not as high a numbers as last night, but 18 people's 18 people.
18 people. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening with us. Because we are literally just 2 fat lads that talk about food and speedway on the internet.
Why does Richard Lawson have a pineapple on his bum?
Because maybe that might be his favourite fruit.
It does belong on pizza, though.
Mind you, you're very much more observant than me. Because I never noticed that, but that's because pineapples are healthy.
Belong on pizzas. Nice pizza topping.
Anyway, heat number 8 takes rise. Away we go, and it's a solid start there for Tom Brennan. It's almost definitely going to be a free all heat advantage. Although Richard Lawson looking to put a bit of pressure on Tom, can he do so? Not quite, as Brennan just holds the inside line here. Lawson's going Billy Big Bollocks round the outside. Brennan defended that line perfectly there, and Brennan now goes back to the inside. Lawson looking to try again, blasting round the outside. It isn't going to work out if Lawson to make a pass going down the straights. When Tom goes wide, he needs to come in a little bit more towards the inside here as we go into the next lap. I can tell you one thing for sure: Luke is very settled in that third place position. these two up front battle it out, but I don't think there's any way past here for Richard Lawson, although we've got one lap left to go. Then if Richard Lawson was just that 2 miles an hour quicker, he might have got through, but it's just not going to happen. It's going to be a free all, and it's still going to be a 12-point lead to the Lions on the night as they come round turns 3 and 4 for the final time. And Richard Lawson
Lawson's
suffered a
broke down.
mechanic.
Luke's got
second. What a boy!
As his chain come off there, he definitely slowed down very abruptly there.
That or Richard slowed down because he really likes bonus points.
Nah, his chain or something come off his bike definitely gave up on him then. Good ride from Tom Brennan, first rider to win off gate 4. The result of heat number 8 was a win for the rider in red, Tom Brennan. Second in yellow, Luke Harrison. And third in white, Richard Lawson. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's now 30 points to 18 on the night. And Leicester retain that 12-point aggregate advantage, with the aggregate scores being 75 points to 63. Leicester need 15 more points to hit the magic 90.
Let's be honest.
Tom makes a beautiful gate again.
They do?
Beautiful, beautiful gate that. And to get across straight away as well.
He just rode the best line zone in Ben's 1 and 2, didn't he, on that first bend, and that was that.
I think you were right in the race when you said Lawson was quicker, but Tom made that bike into a track width tractor.
100%, I can't disagree with that.
And to be fair, you were absolutely right as well when you said Luke Harrison was under absolutely no pressure from behind.
Well, he had third place settled. And he didn't have to go for second.
Hit number 9, gate 1 in white, Yankovic. Gate 2, blue, Carl Herf. Gate 3 in yellow, good to see him back up after an awkward crash in his last one. Nikolai Clinton off the outside in red. Ryan Douglas unbeaten so far. Gate 4's just won heat 8. Can Ryan Douglas go back to back? Although he's won 2 races out of 2, he's not looked the fastest man on track. It must be stated.
100%.
As far as wins go, the gates as a pairing are even. There's been 4 off 1 and 3 and 4 off 2 and 4.
100%. Heat number 9. The tie's nearly over. Well, the meeting is. The tie was over before it started. I mean, what? Up the stars. In for context of fairness, up the Lions. So, heat number 9, that's a kind of monster, not a kind of beer, just if you're wondering, because I was much better last night on the booze. Yellow had a nibble then.
That should be stopped. Nicola Clint's nibble down gained, and it's not been.
The Stars on a 5-1, but it's now the Lions about to come up on a 5-1. Oh, what a rider. Quebec brought himself off.
That should have been stopped for Nicola Clint. If that is when it happened, that crash doesn't happen.
No, and I think Jan goes for that.
100% Yankovic goes for that, but he's landed really awkwardly on the side of his head.
He looks hurt.
He does.
This isn't good.
That should have been stopped when Nicola Clint moved at the start. And that was an awkward crash. This is one of them times when nobody's moving, everyone's looking, and you can just feel how silent it is without even being able to hear it.
I mean, I'll be honest, much. I'm trying not to cry.
Nicola Clint's running in to have a look at the replays. And he's stood having a chinwag with Max Freak. The irony in Speedway. Ryan Douglas is going to have a look at the replay now as well. They're just having a chinwag, and it is good to see that there's no malice between, or no bad intention between the two after their little racing incident earlier.
He's gone from looking hurt to looking constipated.
He's straightened up, he goes for that. There's no other decision
100%.
for that. He's 100% out for that, but he's hit his head very, very hard. He's
Kyle's lucky to stay on, to be honest.
He is, yeah. He's out of control, and he's cleared the side of his head as well. If he's escaped that without a concussion, he's a very lucky boy.
100%.
And to be honest, the ref's been consistently correct so far.
He's been one of the better refs we've seen, to be fair, hasn't he?
He's got the decisions right yet, so if he carries that on, then the white exclusion light comes on there. He's up.
He's up. Thank
Tom's
goodness for that.
Tom's gone out to see if
No.
it's alright. White is out.
Now that we know Jan's up, we can now talk about the most embarrassing thing about this meeting.
What's that then?
Chris Harris's ball patch.
That should have been stopped. It wasn't even a small movement, and Nicola Clint clearly gains an advantage. But what
100%.
a pass! What a pass from the Leicester boys to go underneath them both. Beautiful.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Absolutely beautiful. Has his ball gone? He straightens up really quick there.
I think that might be a chain, you know.
I think you might be right. When you watch it back there, he straightens up so quick.
I don't think when you're halfway in a bend, I don't think you just straighten up intentionally, would you?
No. Is it just me that thinks that Jankovic there from behind looks like KOC Garcia?
He does, doesn't he?
He looks like KOC Garcia. And at least he's up and alright, but I'd be very surprised if he's escaped a concussion there, to be honest. He gives his head a right smack on the floor. And such are the wonders of Speedway. Tom's walking back having a chinwag with the two Kings Lynn boys. And that's another one that sums up the Kings Lynn night, doesn't it? Our numbers are at the highest they've been all meeting. 19 now. Just as we await the rerun of Heat 9 with Jankovic disqualified.
Yeah, he looks constipated.
He looks tender there, don't he? You know, Christian Everson's put the top half of his kevies back on though, so the fact he's still walking around and he's there would suggest he's going to try and carry on.
100%.
But this sums up Kings Lynn's night.
It
is, Eddie.
Yeah, to be fair, this sort of sums up Kings Lynn's season.
Injuries, mistakes, crashes. Wow, there is a big difference between them suits.
There isn't.
Stuart again checking on Jan. That's been a theme for the night when a rider has come off, and it has only been Kings Lynn riders, but Stuart Dixon's been there to check they're alright as well.
Yeah, no, I can't fault Stuart. He is a really, really nice guy. So you know, it's nice to have opposition managers go to check on other riders. Rob Lyons here, he's got half a smile on his face. I wouldn't have if I was him.
I'd be interested to see what he said here, but we obviously can't listen in.
No.
There's no question that one.
No, that should have been stopped before the back straight. But had that been stopped, that beautiful pass wouldn't have happened. Not that it matters now, anyway.
It is. It's terrible. You know, we went through the entirety of Monday, I think, and I think the entirety of last night's as well, with no crashes, no delays, and this one's just got no rhythm.
I think we had a crash last night, but I don't think it was anything major.
Maybe. They're back at tapes. No rider off 1, Kyle Eweth off 2, Nicola Clint off 3. Hopefully he stays still. Should have been warned for the initial staging of that, but he's not by the looks of it. And Ryan Douglas off 4. If he was warned, that would be the referee admitting he got it wrong, which he should be because he did, but he's not.
100%. Everybody's sending me Jan's crash. I've seen it about 6 times on BSN. Stop sending it to me. I'm going to cry myself to sleep now because of it. Thanks, people.
Are you wishing you'd opened a can of beer now, not a can of Monster?
I've still got loads of beers next to me, but I might mix the two up. Might have a Monster.
A Monster.
So, Stan Martin walks away for heat number 9. Tapes rising. It's a good starter there for Nikolai Clint, who gets to that first turn first. But we all know what Ryan Douglas and Kyle Howarth are capable of around here. Dougie lifts going down the back straight. And it almost looks to me that the two Leicester boys are just racing each other, which is just going to allow Nikolai Clint just to extend his lead over these two Lions boys. And this is probably the best that the Kings Lynn Stars could have wished for at the moment. Although Nikolai looked a little bit tender there, just going past that fence that he clattered into about 20 minutes ago, or however long it was. But as we're coming to the next lap now, Nikolai Clint looks very, very, very settled at the front. And Ryan Douglas and Kyle Howarth look very, very, very settled in second and third. And I think this is virtually the race done, isn't it? You know, we've got one lap left to go. I can't see anything else really happening other than slips, twips, falls and mechanical failures, which very well could happen because speedway at Leicester. But as we come round the final two turns, Nikolai Clint, great win there for Nikolai. Ruins Douglas Max.
And that's one of those where that unfortunate instant for Quebec has done Kings Lynn a favour because they were staring down the barrel of a 5-1 initially.
There was.
We need a 3-all in the next one for the aggregate.
I don't think we'll get that.
Heat 9 was won by the rider in yellow, Nikolai Clint, second in red, Ryan Douglas, and third in blue, Kyle Howarth. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's still a 12-point gap. Leicester 33, Kings Lynn 21.
But it is.
And it's 78-66 on aggregate. How long have you been doing watch-alongs? Was my first time here last night. Saw your message on the forum. We started them part way through last season, but we've got more frequent and more sort of professional, dare we say, this year. We're trying to do them as much as we can. It's just an alternative way for us to watch Speedway, to be honest.
It is, and you know, we're two fat lads. We love our Speedway, and anybody that wants to join us that likes a Speedway can do. And to be fair, for me, it's more of a community thing. You know, we're just having a chin wag with other Speedway people. We're bringing Speedway people together by chatting crap about what's happening on our screen.
And not everybody can get BSN meetings, or not everyone buys individual clubs ones, so we try and mix it up. There are certain days that are better for us than others to do them, but it's different than just reading updates through updates. You know, I used to listen to when BBC WM used to cover Wolves and Birmingham, and just being able to hear, the commentary like that really does add a different spin on it. So that's almost what we are, a radio service in a way, because we call it a watch along, but obviously it's us watching and reacting. We can't show it, but we can talk about it and call it as it happens for anyone that can't or just doesn't want to get the mainstream, you know.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, it's one of them, innit? But we are thankful to everybody that does join us, because the more people that join us, the more motivated we get to do them. And I mean, most of the time we was going to watch the meetings anyway, so
it means we have to watch them on mute. But to be fair, a lot of meetings we don't listen to commentary on.
I mean, I remember, I think it was Oxford versus Birmingham at the very, very start of last year.
Was that when the track was piss wet through?
I'd rushed back from having a meal out for my auntie's birthday. We watched it, just the two of us, and we did our own commentary to it. Fun times.
And that was fun, because the track was a little bit moist.
Oh, it was a tad damp, like.
It was. Bomber's changed his helmet.
How many helmets does one man need? His mechanic's ginger. Poor person.
His hair's not, but his beard is.
You know, it's almost like Jake Allen. It's almost like our Alan.
I was going to say, it's like Alan. It's old Scottish Alan.
It's just that geezer there's just not quite as wide around the hips as Alan.
Extra time has been allowed before Heat 10 because Rob Lyon has brought Nikolai Clint in for Scott Nichols.
I think Gary Glitter saw that one coming, didn't he?
And he did.
Probably.
And
I think I'd still write a 5-1 into Leicester here now, to be honest.
yeah, although Brennan didn't look the quickest in that last. Heat number 10. Gate 1 in yellow, the reserve change. Nicola Clint comes in for Scott Nichols. Gate 2 in blue, Tom Brennan on 7, paid 9 from his 3 rides so far. Gate 3 in white, Chris Harris, who's looked quicker and probably deserves more than the 4 points he's got, but he has only got 4. And off the outside in red is Max Frick, who's unbeaten from 2 rides so far.
Yeah, the unbeaten 2 versus one rider that's unbeaten if you don't count these 4 that he had, and Chris Harris.
Yeah.
So something's got to give here.
To be
and
fair,
it's not me giving
Tom
to
Brennan
people,
and Chris Harris are on the favoured gates now. Tom Brennan is a better gator. But Nicola Clint looks quick when he hits the front. He just doesn't look very quick when he's not at the front.
And how many meetings in a row has Max Frick gone round here with a full 15-point maximum?
Including coming from 15 metres back in one that we watched along to the other week.
Yeah, including that.
He's been a joy to watch this year, 100%. And again,
he has,
like our other watch-alongs, we will nominate 2 riders, 1 from each team each, after Heat 14 for Rider of the Night.
Start Marshall bringing Nikolai Clint into order. Nikolai Clint just rolls back anyway. Takes fly away. We go for Heat number 10, and Tom Brennan's made the start there, and Chris Harris now forcing Max Frick to go wide. Tom Brennan, beautiful move there at the inside, and now Max Frick coming up the inside here of Chris Harris, forcing Chris Harris wide here. Nikolai Clint surprisingly at the back in this one, and it's a very good race between these 3. And Chris Harris has got himself to the front. What a ride there from Chris Harris. Now what can Max Frick do is he's looking to come up the inside here of Chris Harris. Not quite worked out just yet, so Frick now blasted himself around the outside there. Chris Harris blocks the run there of Max Frick, but that allows room for Tom Brennan to come through, and Nikolai Clint is not really at the races here today, and that 3-3 I didn't think was going to get that magical number. Barring slip sweeps, falls, mechanical failures, or Leicester riders being Leicester riders, we're going to get that magical number. Although Max Frick's looking to spoil the parties, he's looking to come round the outside here with Chris Harris. Not quite worked out just yet, and I think Chris Harris has just got enough of a gap here now to keep Max Frick at bay, and he has. Hey, Kings Lynn.
He's ended 2 maximums in one go there.
Who'd have thought that, eh?
The reserve change didn't work. Handshake between Brennan and Bomber. I do feel like Brennan and Frick maybe tripped each other over a little bit too much.
Yeah, 100%.
They couldn't decide which one was going to go for it. And the result of Heat 10 was a win for the rider in white, Chris Harris, 2nd in blue, Tom Brennan, and 3rd in red, Max Frick. Points divided 3 apiece, and the progressive score 36 points to 24. Leicester retain that 12-point lead. The aggregate score 81 points to 69.
Wait, Daniel, 27 odds would be great.
Bomber read Frick's move perfectly. Frick read it well as well and cut straight back, but it was momentarily on a 5-1. Dare I say, Brennan not deciding whether he wanted the inside or the outside did Max Frick more harm than good.
Yeah.
Brennan was stuck in no man's land. He was floundering around in the middle of nowhere, and that slowed Max Frick down.
And that was just a beautiful move there from Bomber to get up the inside there of Max, and there was no looking back from there. Nikolai Clint, surprisingly, who'd won 3 races prior, completely out of that one.
He was. Nils Christian Everson's back out.
Trotry, what a boy.
I do think unless he does something special in this one, I do think Nicola Clint probably replaces him in 13 again, same as Monday.
Yeah.
Drew Kemp's been good value tonight. He's only got 3 points, but he's been good value for him.
3 points more than Monday.
It's true. Heat 11, Gate 1 in red, Sam Masters. Just a 1 point drop so far. Gate 2 in white, Niels Christian Everson, yet to score so far. Gate 3 in blue is Drew Kemp on 3 points. And off the outside in yellow, Richard Lawson with a 2nd and 2/3 with a paid second in there. So a second, a paid second, and a third from his 3 rides.
That it is.
Jimmy says nice one from Bomber. It was a good ride.
It was a beautiful ride, that. Heat number 11.
The track does look like it could do with a touch of water, though.
It could do with a touch of H20. Talking of H20, last time Leicester Fox Clubs were riding at Leicester,
They ran out of
Leicester
it.
ran out of H20. And ironically, the Leicester Fox Clubs are there on Sunday. So I wonder if they'll keep that tap on to get the water in Bowser.
Drew's helmet's funky.
It's cool, isn't it? It's a very nice pattern design. It's not harsh on whatsoever. The heat number 11, the tapes ride, away we go. It's a good start there for the rider in red, Max Trick, and Drew Kemp's got there. Not Max Trick, that's Sam Masters. Drew Kemp's got there with him. Niels Christian Everson looking to come up the inside of them both here. It's not quite worked out for him. He's just about got underneath Drew Kemp, but Drew Kemp just goes round him nicely there, and it's the Lions on a 5-1 heat advantage. Richard Lawson, surprisingly, not really in the race at the moment, although just got past Niels Christian Everson. So what can Richard Lawson do now? Richard Lawson, he's looking to go round the outside here of Drew Kemp. Drew Kemp says, "Oi, pal, you're not coming round me just yet, mate." So Richard's there like, well, I'm going to keep trying. But now Niels Christian Everson's just getting in Richard's way, and the Lions are probably going to get a comfortable 5-1 here, barring anything. But Lawson's going really, really wide there, and Drew Kemp's blocking his run very, very beautifully. And Lawson now is forcing that throttle to go faster and faster, but it's just not working for him at this point. And the Lions are going to take a big 5-1 here. And I think this is virtually tie over now, isn't it?
That was the most frustrating ride ever if you're Richard Lawson. Drew Kemp rode really well, but him and Sam were both on the same line.
Yeah, 100%.
One of them needed to go out wide and one of them needed to stay low. They got it, but Richard Lawson nearly got both of them. And the result of Heat 11 was a win for the rider in red, Sam Masters, second in blue, Drew Kemp, and third in yellow, Richard Lawson. Niels Christian Everson's night is 100% over now, I'd say. 41 points to 25 on the night, and the aggregate score is 86 points to 70. 86, 70.
What's up? Oh, Sam, thank you. But yeah, that was just a good get from Sam on it, and as soon as Drew got there,
I thought Everson was going to do them both here. Oh, he's off the track there. He's over the white line onto the grass. Both wheels.
I mean, in the long context, this game does he come last anyway, so I don't think that he should have been excluded, but it is what it is now, isn't it?
Brilliant ride from Drew. He's looked a different rider to Monday, to be honest.
He has.
Sammy's
100%.
looking around for him, to be fair, but they're just both on the same line, and against an opposition that may have been just a touch quicker, maybe, they wouldn't have got away with that. Please don't have an interval now. We've had enough delays already.
I think we definitely need a water.
Yeah, I don't think Everson comes out again either. I think Nicola Clint takes his spot in 13. This is where the Brummies track staff have got this from, dragging the dirt from the outside, doing donuts basically. The new track guy who used to work for Leicester started doing this, and now I know where he's took it from.
They do this at Redcar as well.
I ain't never seen that one.
It works well for you. It's one of them, though, isn't it? When you're watching meetings and that, you don't normally take a notice of what the trackman's doing in the tractor.
No, you have a point.
But,
apart from when too much water goes down, and then we all like a good mowing because it looks like an ice rink.
Basically, yeah. So it's a good job, pickle the old China.
When watching Heat 10 back, if Brennan just runs into that turn wide, I think Leicester hold on to a 5-1 there, to be honest.
100%.
We've got nothing to really. Wheeler's in. Evening, young chaps.
Good evening, sir.
There is an end to that message as well. Late, better late than never.
What a boy.
What a legend Wheeler is.
He's a very good, very good man. Is Paul Wheeler. Well, while we've got a minute, I'll give a little shout out to the people we work with, and we are absolutely delighted to be working with some top people. We're working with Ace and Steam Piper, absolute gentlemen, them two. We're working with Jake Allen, Simon Lambert, Ben Morley, Scunthorpe, Ben Barker,
And Deck.
and Declan Kennedy. I don't think there's any more we're working with yet.
Obviously Connor, but he's stopped now.
Yeah, Connor King's selling his equipment up now, so I would suggest he might be packing it in.
But yeah, we are happy to work with the people we work with. We've made some really cool pals from the people we're working with, and it's really good doing what we do.
And obviously, if anybody knows any riders that want social media work doing next year, get in touch with us. We have a Facebook page under D&D Media. Our logo is a little red box with a microphone at the end of it.
Often found on the right forearm of Ryan Ingram's Kevlar's. Nice and big.
Nice and big.
He's doing us a solid, isn't he, that boy?
He is, and yeah. I'll never forget 7-year-old Ryan walking down them stairs.
I'll never look at Ingram the same again after you told me that story either, to be honest. And touching on Ingram, he's having such a good debut season in league racing at National League level.
Isn't he just? To be fair, it's not the worst thing in the world he's in a team with Cooper rushing in as well, because obviously, without trying to sound harsh on Cooper here, Cooper's got all the hype about him, and he's got all the hype going for him.
So Ryan can go under the radar a little bit, there's no pressure.
Basically, yeah. And, I mean, he was absolutely fantastic for a very much patched up Scunthorpe Steelers side last week. I think he got about 10, 11 points.
And he had a big crash in his first one as well, so...
He did. Casually just opened his eyes. Oh, hey Dan. Hi mate. Hurry up. Get up, I want to get home for Coronation Street on +1.
And you had a kebab to go and collect.
And a Chinese.
What's the birthday takeaway of choice this week?
I don't know. Because, when it gets to your birthday, you want to do something a little bit different. And I was thinking of having an Indian. But
they're expensive.
The problem is, I don't mind an Indian, to be fair. They're not... They can be expensive, depends where you get them from. But it's one of them. Like, do I have it on Friday night after Speedway?
Saturday with the Grand Prix, or Sunday when you get back from Leicester?
I mean, if I have it on Sunday when I get back from Leicester...
You probably have the shits at work on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. And I haven't got any holiday days to... And I can't just ring in sick. I've had 7 months off on the sick. So if anybody wants to sponsor me a day off, please do get in touch.
You've had enough bloody days off. Fastest time of the night was by Max Frick in Heat 1. And to be fair, the most recent race from Bomber is the 7th quickest of the night. So not too bad. Not bad. Are you making a note of all these times now? Well, we've got a second.
Yes. Because on Monday, I think it was, I was right making a note of them all, and I went off just as I had about 2 to put in.
Well, you've only got what 10 to put in now because obviously one of them was awarded the win for Dougie.
We are all up to date now. To be fair, there was putting them in, but they stopped after about 7, 8.
The gate stats: Gate 1 has had 3 wins, Gate 2 3 wins, Gate 3 4 wins, Gate 4 1 win. And the points, Gate 3 is actually the best on the points. 1 and 3 as a collective are the best gates. 2 and 4 are not. And Leicester
100%.
find themselves on 2 and 4 a little bit more in this second half of the meeting. They're on 2 and 4 in Heat 13, but actually they're not. Heat 13 is the only one they're on 2 and 4 in. Kings Lynn have got it in 12 and 14, and Leicester will have gate choice in 15, and I'd imagine they'll be looking to avoid 2 and 4 then as well. It's just getting
definitely.
a little bit dark now. We've passed the peak of summer now, haven't we? So the nights are ever so slightly darker at this time. You know, a couple of weeks ago the sun was still out at this time.
Closing in. Look at, oh my God.
What?
We thought Chris Harris's bowl patch was embarrassing. Look at Ryan Guest as he walked past.
To be fair, we ain't far off having a bald patch.
I mean, to be fair, Mush, when you come back from your holiday in a couple of weeks, I might be fully bald.
Will that be by design or not, though? That's the question.
It will be done by a non-English barber.
You go to the Turkish barbers?
Well, it might not be Turkish. Looks like Luke Harrison's about to have a chat on BSN. What boy?
Yeah, probably stand there and say, I've got a big hole in my bum. That is a nice little rip that he's got in the back of that suit. I don't think it'll be used again unless it gets sewed up.
Graham Troll up there, track creator. Absolute gem of a gentleman he is.
Roy knows going for a chat with Sam, who's sat. Tom Brennan's offering his Haribo's out. What a boy!
What a kind gentleman.
Speedway riders and Haribo's go hand in hand, don't they? Haribo should sponsor British Speedway.
Yes.
There was a woman at Wolves called Tubbsy Tubbs, I think it was.
Didn't she pass away last year?
Her name's actually on Sam's arm there, on the underneath the Harry whatever that says. Yeah, she used to go to what she was known as the Haribo woman. She used to give all the Wolves riders sweeties. She died earlier this year, I think. But nice woman, did a lot for the Wolves riders, especially. Used to set sweets every week, and Speedway riders do like to keep their sugar up, don't they? So sweeties are the way to do it, because otherwise you don't sleep if you're on the old energy drinks.
Fair mush. Speedway fans like Haribo's as well.
They do. I do love Haribo's. Other sweet manufacturers are available.
Like Happy Shopper.
Roy knows going in for 2 for the price of 1. He's having a chinwag with Sam on there, and he's having a chinwag with Frick and winking at Frick and all of that stuff. The Leicester boys just look relaxed, don't they?
Yeah. And you know, the form Leicester in at the minute,
they could win the league.
I reckon they do.
I do think we're looking at the league champions.
I mean, start of the season, you know, Ipswich looked the team to beat, but I think they've had a couple of injuries and they've dipped down a bit now, haven't they, in form?
Yeah.
And Leicester, they're just rising on the up.
They'll be hoping they don't do the same as last year, though, because they peaked too early and then went to SH1T in the playoffs.
What did the big time pressure get to them a bit last year? Whereas they've had that big time pressure on them now, they know what to expect. And Kyle won the league with Sheffield only 2 years ago.
So yeah, it will be interesting. Will definitely be interesting. And to be fair, there was pressure on them in this. You'd have said before the wheel was turned on Monday, Leicester were clear favourites to win this. So they have had pressure on them as well, and they've handled that.
Would you like some breaking news?
What's that, Ed?
Caden Martin and Sonny Springer of the Leicester Fox Cubs that have both retired has just been replaced by Freddie Odder and Geordie Loftus.
Oh,
And both will make their debut for the Fox Cubs this Sunday at the Hydro-Scand Arena.
that's in the trophy, isn't it?
Yes.
Good couple of signings. That Geordie Loftus at National League level.
It
Nicola
was
Clint has
very,
got
very
Luke
good.
Harrison's wheel on for this one.
What boy?
We're out with Heat 12. The lineup of Heat 12. Gate 1, red, Ryan Douglas. Gate 2, yellow, Nicola Clint. Gate 3, in blue, Joe Thompson. And Gate 4, in white, Chris Harris, who won his last ride. Joe Thompson was there or thereabouts in his. A little bit unlucky to have collected Luke Harrison. But did have speed about him and can make a nuisance of himself as well. And he's coming off the favoured gate. Dougie does gated relatively well. Nicola Clint's look really good when he's out in front. Not so much when he's not, but... And Heat 13 will be interesting. If Yankovic can't carry on, then Everson, I think, gets a reprieve. But if Yankovic can carry on, I think Clint comes in 13 as well for Everson. I think either way we see Clint anyway in 13, whether it's for Kovac or Everson.
Maybe we see both reserves in Heat 13 for Kings Lynn.
Potentially.
Heat 12 then anyway, and it's a very good start there for Nikolai Clint, who gets that first turn first with Ryan Douglas hot on the helms and Joe Thompson in third place there. It's Chris Harris, who was at the back, but he's...
he's clean Dougie out. Bombers going for that. 100% all day long, Bombers going for that. He's just clean Dougie out. It's a repeat of what Joe Thompson did to Dougie. To Luke, yeah.
Luke.
Bomber goes there. It looks like he's hurt himself as well. He's gone down straight away, clutching at his right arm.
Kings Lynn really are walking wounded now, and this is the story of their season.
It is, yeah.
The season had quite a bit of promise about Kings Lynn, to be fair.
It was interesting how they built that team, weren't it?
It was weird. They had a very solid 2, 3, and 4, but they didn't, and 6, but they didn't have that fire and power today. And yeah, just Bomber had his line. Dougie was in the wrong place, wrong time, and he got collected.
According to Speedway updates, Chris Harris has been not complimentary of the track, saying they could do with putting more shale down, but they want a home track advantage. What club doesn't want a home track advantage? You're entitled to your home track advantage.
Funny you mention that, because I remember when I was at Leicester versus Kings Lynn in May, ironically it was on BSN as well, and I come back and watched it. Chris Harris said, "This isn't a speedway track, this is a motorway, and we've got bikes with no brakes going on it."
Reds came on straight away. Chris Harris is disqualified, as he should be.
Chris Harris has got a very big, very loud mouth.
He moaned at Birmingham the other day as well, the other week now, about Birmingham's had no shale on all season. When they do try and put some on, it just don't gel well with the shale they've got, so you can't put more on top when the shale's got. What's he moaning for? He's turned into a proper bitch this year, ain't he? All he does is moan. It's the Glasgow effect, it's gotta be.
Oh, I'd agree to that.
All he's done this year is moan. He's getting the phone, he's going to moan. He completely cleans Dougie out. I don't know what his issue is.
And I think the thing as well with British Speedway is they suck up to Chris Harris. They see Chris Harris as this big legend. But reality is...
Underneath it all, he's a bit of a dickhead. When you see what he's like in the pits at race meetings, he's a bit of a twat.
I mean, obviously, me and you, we've both worked for clubs on race days, and a lot of riders aren't necessarily what just normal spectators see.
I don't know what he's moaning about. He's basically on Dougie's bike.
He is, yeah. He just cuts underneath him here. I know you guys can't see, and I do apologise.
He cleans him out. But I don't know what the complaint is. But yeah, he's done that a lot this year, moaning, and as you say, we've both worked for clubs in the pits and stuff like that, and we see what goes on during a meeting, and Chris Harris is one of the prats around the pitch during a meeting. He's certainly not what you see.
There's quite a few riders like that, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
And yet again, I don't obviously want to put people off coming to Speedway. We need loads of supporters coming through the turnstiles if we can. A lot of riders, absolutely lovely. You can go and have a chat with him absolutely any time.
And
But
people do change when they've got their helmets on and stuff like that, but he's moaning for the sake of moaning. Lawrence had a go at him the other week at Birmingham for moaning about a track, and they were like, well, you set up your track for a home track advantage, we'll set up ours how we want to set it up. Chris Harris can't tell the home team when he's a visiting rider how to set up their track.
No. And I think, I don't even think it's a Glasgow effect. I think it's a Kings Lynn effect. Each meeting, Kings Lynn set their track up for Chris Harris.
Very, very grippy track, yeah.
Very grippy. It's got a hell of a lot of dirt on it, which a lot of bikes can't handle.
Mm-hmm. It's a Chris Harris track, and he's almost become a little bit entitled because of that.
And, because obviously the British Speedway sucking up to him, Buster sucking up to him, he thinks the world revolves around his bumhole, and somebody has got to say to him, "Oi, knobhead, you're just one man riding a bike."
And to be fair, I've seen a lot slicker tracks than this. What did we watch 24 hours ago? It was slicker than this.
What do I watch on a regular basis up the road from me?
Yeah, Scunny ain't got a lot of dirt on it. Birmingham's not got a lot of dirt on it. He's over rewarded maybe at Kings Lynn. There is a lot of dirt, there's a lot of grip, but you can't moan at
Glasgow as well.
There is, yeah. You can't moan at teams for not having dirt on. If they want to set up for how their riders like it, they set up for how their riders like it. I'll be really interested to hear what he says here. Unmute it and I'll mute this up for just a quick second.
Apologies about that. We just wanted to hear Chris Harris have a little whine.
As expected, he's talking shit.
Again, we apologise for any form of language which may have offended you. Emotions get high. Chris Harris is a knob. End of discussion.
He was talking shit. He neglected to mention in that little interview he just did the point where he completely cleans Dougie's front wheel out.
Yeah, 100%.
But he was clear that it was just the way he looks at it, which is alright. That's a very unbiased opinion, the way he looks at it. Twat. The ref's been consistent. I'll be honest, there ain't anything to complain about this referee for tonight. He's been consistent and he's got them all right.
He has.
Bomber should be in his element tomorrow though, because Red Car has a lot of dirt on it.
Not anymore, it
doesn't. I was going to say, although this season, not quite so much.
It is a little bit... last season as well, it was a little bit slicker than normal.
You are right. It still offers good... It's just 3 riders. Chris Harris off the outside is excluded.
But, yeah, back on the subject of Red Car, though, I've said this for years and I still stick by it. I think it's the best racetrack in the UK.
It is, yeah. Workington's up there when it's prepared right as well. Evans says, "Go on, lads. We're just saying it out. We're just calling it. We're calling a spade a spade. We're in a position where we can tell the truth."
And if Rob Godfrey wants to sack me from Scunny, let him. That's how I see it. Heat number 12 then anyway. It's a good start there for Ryan Douglas, who gets the first and Nikolai Clint's there in second. Joe Thompson's there in third. Nikolai Clint's trying to get up the inside here of Ryan Douglas. Not quite going to work out here. Joe Thompson, no matter what happens, Joe Thompson is very settled in the third place position. A bit like Luke Harrison a few races ago. But Nikolai Clint's gone round the outside there of Ryan Douglas, and Douglas out back underneath Nikolai Clint. Good race this, to be fair. And now Clint looking to come back underneath Ryan Douglas. This is a solid race this between these two. But Dougie's just about got the lead now, and he's gradually extending the lead over Nikolai Clint here. And yeah, good to see Dougie's have not showing any ill effects from that knobhead, or otherwise known as Chris Harris. But we're going to the last lap now. It's going to be a 4-2, and this will now officially tie the the cup up for the Leicester Lions. Dougie looks very uncomfortable coming round in third and fourth turns, but that has tied the cup up for the Leicester Lions.
Good effort from Clint there. He made a good start. He rode a good race. He did come under Dougie. Dougie just came straight back under him. The Leicester boys know it's now mathematically done. Ryan Douglas and Joe Thompson wrap it up. That they absolutely deserve it. They've been brilliant tonight, and to be fair, they did the hard work on Monday away from home. Track staff high-five in Dougie. And for the first time in 50 years, Leicester are the top flight knockout cup champions.
But they are. And 2 for him.
And they do deserve it, and fair play to them. They're this will buoy them up as well now for the rest of the season, and it can't be understated that the impact that Tom Brennan coming into guest has had as well for him. You know, he's dropped just the 1 point tonight. He dropped a couple on Monday as well, but he's been really, really good. And the result of Heat 12, which wraps up the Knockout Cup for Leicester, was won by the rider in red, Ryan Douglas. Second in yellow was Nikolai Clint, and third in blue, Joe Thompson. That's a 4-2 to Leicester, and it's now Leicester 45, Kings Lynn 27, and 90 points to 72 on aggregate. Shame Joe didn't get the bumps, because for me, he played his part Monday. Them 3 points were crucial in tying that meeting, especially with Drew failing to score, and he been excluded earlier, but he scored 2 and 1 tonight as well. I think
So, being overlooked by Leicester. I've heard that one before.
Yeah, mate, play it back, eh?
You know, everything them two twins have done for Leicester, the least I could do is give them a bit of an acknowledgement.
Evan says Workington and Glasgow are better than Redcar in his eyes, and Bellevue obviously. Bellevue is overused though.
It is. I've got nothing against Bellevue.
It's a throttle jockey track though.
It's not even that. It is a good racetrack. It's rammed down our throats all the time.
It's way overused, yeah.
You look at the TV fixtures. Like they've already been at Bellevue 3 times, including the British final. Who's on telly on Monday? Oh, it's Bellevue.
Yeah, and they're going to be in the playoffs, so there's at least another meeting involved at Bellevue, probably 2, to be honest.
So it's, you know, I like Bellevue. I do like the racing at Glasgow, but I do think there are better tracks.
Yeah.
Obviously, Scuddy's a very good racetrack, but again, it's a throttle jockey's track to an extent.
I've seen some of the best racing I've seen this season at Redcar, I'll be honest.
But again, you know, I don't think, even when I've been to Redcar and Scunny's got absolutely battered, I don't think I've ever come away from Redcar not entertained.
I've watched one bad meeting, I think, at Redcar, and that was when they had the British youth on first earlier in the season, when the National League team were there, and the track was
a
long.
It
was like the M25, wasn't it? Yeah, it was just so. It was bald. It looked like Nikolai Clint said. There was nothing there. It was bald.
Good former teammates there, Dougie and Adam Roynan having a chin wag. 2022
both
Scorpions.
Riders, Niels Christian Everson's coming out. I'm surprised, but does that mean Jankovic maybe had to pull out, or because you don't leave Jankovic and Everson? I know the tie's done, but I'll be surprised if Jankovic's still in the meeting. He clouted his head extremely hard.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Clinty in here, to be honest.
It's Luke Harrison coming in place of Jankovic. Talk about being sacrificed.
This isn't the first time either. When Kings Lynn was at Ipswich and Rob Lyon forgot the rules, he just chucked Luke Harrison in Heat 13, as you do. You chuck a championship reserve in the big hitters of the Premiership's biggest race.
Because, you know, why not?
Why not?
Full lineup of Heat 13 then, Gate 1. Can I
make a bold prediction?
I'm going to make one. We ain't going to see half this race because these lights are crap.
I think Leicester get a 5-1 here.
Gate 1 in white, Niels Christian Everson. Gate 2, red, Max Frick. Gate 3 in yellow, the reserve change, Luke Harrison. And off the outside, that's not. BSN says
That's
that's
Nikolai
Luke.
Clint.
It's Luke Harrison. That's not Nikolai Clint.
That's Nikolai.
BSN's updates say Luke Harrison, so he's either changed his mind.
That is 100%
Yeah,
Nikolai.
it is. It is. BSN's updates have got that wrong.
God's sake, BSN.
And
Ruin me
off
program
gate
now.
4 in blue, Sam Masters.
NK, that'll do. Somebody liked a video I reposted on TikTok. How
Somebody's
lovely.
just messaged me. Is Durno on Dixon's payroll, or is he just shit? The only exclusions he's got right are the Kvek and Thompson ones. I disagree.
I think he's got, for my money,
He's
which
got
I
all
haven't
of them
really
right.
got a lot of.
He's got all of them right, in my opinion.
He's done alright, hasn't he?
So, Mr. Andy Hawthorne, I disagree with you on that one.
Oh, I better not speak. Number 13, the tapes right away we go. Max Frick's got there. Sam Masters is there in the second place position. Niels Christian Everson, is battling, but he's no match for these two Leicester boys. Nikolai Clint's packed up at the back because he knows he won't going to score any points whatsoever. That is something that pees me off his speedway. We could have a discussion about that maybe a little bit later on in the show, before week 15 perhaps. But yeah, this is the easiest 5-1 Leicester's ever going to get. Even BSN's updated the score for us already. What lovely gentlemen they are. So yeah, I think Sam Masters is going to take the win here. And he's just been shepherded home by Max Frick. Not that they need to be shepherded home, because Niels Christian Everson's nowhere to be seen. And yes, they come round Ben's 3 and forfeit last time. A Knockout Cup champions doing further damage.
Sam lets Max Frick have it on the line. He just pops a wheelie over it instead.
I can tell you the score's 50-28 because we knew that 3.5 laps ago. Thanks, BSN.
Nikolai Clint's been a rider that's not been shy of moaning about tracks this year on his social media. Do you reckon we're getting another one of them tonight?
Yep.
I'm expecting it.
So, he hasn't mentioned anything about his championship home track being a shithole.
No, it's not. E13 was won by the rider in red, Max Frick. Second in blue, Sam Masters. And third in white, Niels Christian Everson. 5-1 to Leicester. 50 points to 28 on the night.
95 to 73 on aggregate, if you're wondering. That was done from the gate, easy as you like. Right, discussion time here. Because it happened in this race and it peeves me off in British Speedway. I want to get your thoughts of it. Riders packing up when they're a million miles at the back because they know the crap.
I suppose it's them saving bits and bobs. They ain't going to get paid anyway. What's the point of doing 3 laps more than you need to? It does annoy me because, you sign up to race 4 laps for your team. If you're giving up after not even a full one, then...
You do want commitment from your riders. But,
Here's a point to Andy's message to me just now. In my eyes, at least, Bomber does to Dougie what Joe Thompson did earlier to Luke Harrison. Now, he agrees that Joe should have been disqualified because he called it correctly. So if it's the same, why does he disagree that Bomber should have been disqualified? Because it was the same. For me, it was the exact same situation. So why is one the correct decision and one wrong, even though the ref did the same thing for both?
If I speak, we'll get bad comments from people, so I'm going to shut my gob.
I don't know how you can say one's the correct decision and the other one's wrong when they were both dealt with the same and...
in this gentleman's eyes, would it have been better if we just disqualified both of them and go with a 2-rider match race in the reruns?
For what it's worth, I think the ref's got it right. all of them tonight, to be
Yes,
honest. The
yes.
Clint
He's been
one,
bob on tonight.
that was never an awful back, and Max Frick had the right of way to his line. Anyway, enough of that. 8:14. Drew Kemp, gate 1.
Yeah.
Blue. Who's off 2? I don't know. We can't see. We're looking in Drew Kemp's
Scott
eyes.
Nichols.
Scott Nichols, gate
Scott
2.
Nichols.
White. Gate 3. Red. Carl Herf. Gate 4. Yellow. Luke Harrison.
This is probably going to be another 5-1 to Leicester. Oh my God, they've gated on a 5-1. Who'd have thought it? When the BSA going to change the score so I can start filling my programming? It's currently Drew Kemp having the lead. Kyle Howarth there in second. He's just shepherding Drew Kemp home. To be fair, this is a big confidence riding race here for Drew Kemp. It's Scotty there in third. Luke's not too far off the pace, to be fair, from Scotty. But, yeah, Luke's really been... thrown to the wolves, really, and he joining Kings Lynn this season. Scotty's all out of shape there on the home straight as they come through the tapes, and I think Luke's just staying a further back just to save himself from injury, and I can't fault him whatsoever, to be honest, as we've come round with one lap left to go. And I tell you what, Leicester are going to hit 60 tonight, aren't they? It's going to be 60-30 this, as we come round the turns 1 and 2 for the final time in this race. Drew Kemp's a million miles ahead. Kyle Howarth's second, Scotty's in third. It's going to be a 3-all. BSN, I'm disappointed he didn't update. I'm disappointed BSN didn't update the scores 2 laps ago.
It was a 5, not a 3-all.
Same thing, isn't it?
I know one thing. Leicester need better floodlights because we can't see a sodding thing.
No, it's not ideal, is it?
Jimmy's commented back to your point, packing up when miles behind looking down at the bike is not acceptable. Too far behind to even pick up points if the rider in front makes a mistake.
It's one of them. Like, as a member of... Well, I mean, I can't say I'm the paying public at my home track, because obviously I work there, but when you go away and everything, you want to... You know, you want to see commitment from all 4 riders in the race, and you know, it's just a little bit frustrating when there's people there and they just think I've got no hope in this race. I'll just give up. You never know. There may be slips, trips, falls, and mechanical failures, and you might get a point.
There is a fella that rides at number 1 for the club that doesn't pack up; he just does wheelies round the track. Never
Would that be a number 1 at a place quite up north?
Yeah.
In the near the Peak District.
Yeah.
Or the Lake District, the Summit District.
Yeah, that's the one. That fella used to be a Grand Prix rider.
And then rides in the championship pairs, doing wheelers.
Paul Wheeler, I agree with Palmer. It's like when a rider retires and makes their mechanics run the whole length of the track to wheel the bike back. It's annoying to watch as well. Got a point. While it's on the screen for the BSN Rider of the Night, we'll nominate our Rider of the Nights. Palmer, if you want to go first.
Oh, I think. I don't know who to go for. I'm not going for him because they're not bad. Clint might be the only option to go for Kings Lynn.
I think you're right. I think there's only going to be one Kings Lynn rider nominated.
Ages ago.
Yeah,
we're still on.
You're right. Clint's the only Kings Lynn rider we can nominate.
Yeah, you can't even nominate Lawson, can you?
No. He doesn't. Troy say it in a Brummie accent.
Say what in a Brummie accent?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. No, I can't do it. I'll stick to say Birmingham.
Why do you go American? It's ridiculous.
I just wanted to tune out my inner suburb Elenco.
Who are you nominating for Leicester? There's only one rider we can nominate for Kings Lynn. The rest have been shit. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Tom Brennan for me.
Drew Kemp for me. So we have got differing riders for Dougie's going in 15 is in blue. So the nomination in the comments, if anyone's listening in, Tom Brennan, Drew Kemp or Nikolai Clint, who gets the rider of the night. If there's enough comments for a rider not voting for them, we'll go off that. If not, I'll pick, because I didn't get to last night because it was already chosen for us.
Was it?
Yeah, our viewers nominated
it
voted
was, wasn't
for
it?
Mr. Gust, so I didn't have to choose. So we'll always give our viewers the chance to vote first, but if it's not, then one of us will pick, like you got to at Kings Lynn on Monday.
It's a very prestige thing winning a D&D Media Shoot Some Shale Rider of the Evening. They win
is.
absolutely naff all, but it's a great honour.
It's a great honour. Honourable mentions, maybe.
Luke Harrison, just because he turned up and he scored his average.
Chris Harris has been there or thereabouts, considering he hates the track.
I'm not voting for him, he's a knobhead.
Jimmy says it's the rider from the Lake District. It is, yeah, Troy Batchelor.
Yeah.
He just, when it's going wrong, he just doesn't care, does he? Tom Brennan, I can absolutely understand your nomination for him. To be honest, he's been really good. I just think Drew Kemp's been the difference maker in this, and could have probably had a couple more points.
He could have done, to be honest.
Wheeler's voted for Brennan. Definitely made the difference, not just tonight, but over the 2 legs. You probably don't see many guests turn up and perform like he has. Shame he can't do it for Ipswich, though.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Rob Lyon looks a very deflated man.
To be fair,
but when he turns about...
They weren't expected to make this final.
They won't.
So they've overachieved. I know, yeah, we're disappointed with how it's gone, but again, we've said this already. This meeting for Kings Lynn was lost in the first leg by coming here at 45 all.
It was. Cannot disagree with that.
Sam Masters is in red. Max Frick has been saved for the Grand Prix. Sam Masters goes off gate 1 in red. Richard Lawson gate 2 in white. Ryan Douglas gate 3 in blue. And Chris Harris gate 4 in yellow.
And 2 and 4.
I'd have liked to have seen Tom Brennan in here, I'll be honest.
100%.
I know you like to give it your own riders, but for the guest, I think he's been sublime, and I'd absolutely agree with what Wheeler said.
100%. Someone's just put in our big group chat, actually. Is it just me, or has the coverage got really dark in the last few races? Mr. Peasley, if you're listening to us, it's called really August. It gets dark at night now.
It's got really dark, yeah. Mr. Hawthorne has said, watch the replay as Thompson wipes out Harrison's front wheel. And Bomber comes inside Dougie and Dougie turned hard. I disagree. We're going to have to disagree on this, but I think you're wrong, in my opinion. It was the exact same thing in both. Winnie says Kemp as well. So 1 for Brennan, 1 for Kemp.
Something tells me Nikolai Clint isn't getting rider of the night. The tapes rise then for 8 number 15. It's the last one of the night. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, Leicester have gated on a 5-1. Them two are looking out for each other. And we would say this is making a statement, but it isn't, because Kings Lynn are a bit shit, let's be honest here. I love Jankovic, but he's crap. Toby Abrog.
I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you you're wrong.
Makes a change, Bush. But, yeah. There's a 5-1 on the cards. Again. There's not a lot really I can say. It's a bit drawn out now, isn't it? We've got 1 lap left to go here. If you're at Scunny tomorrow, please feel free to buy me your birthday beer. I'd greatly appreciate it. But other than that, it's going to be a 5-1 to Leicester. And I think Doug is going to win this one over Sam. And that's it.
And that was all she wrote. And 1 and 3 proved pivotal for Leicester there. Brilliant performance by the Lions. through to a man, they were all fantastic. Richard Lawson gave it a good
Yep.
go there. Just where to be tonight for the Kings Lynn boys, but I don't think they'll be too disheartened. A couple of things have gone against them in some people's eyes, including their managers and stuff. But I don't think they've been too bad. They weren't expected to get here against Ipswich, so the fact they did, the result of 15 was won by the rider in blue, Ryan Douglas, second in red, Sam Masters, and third in white, Richard Lawson. 5-1 to Leicester to round out the night, and the final score 60 points to 30 and 105 to 75 on aggregate. We'll quickly tally up the individual scorers, and Palmer will read them out.
So for Leicester, Max Strick scored 10 and 1, Tom Brennan 9 and 2, Ryan Douglas 14, Kyle Howarth 5 and 2, Sam Masters 12 and 2, Drew Kemp 8 and 1, Joe Thompson 2 and a bonus. For Kings Lynn, Niels Christian Everson scored 1, Richard Lawson 6 and 1, Chris Harris 7, Scott Nichols 1, Jankovic 2, Nikolai Clint 11, Luke Harrison 2. Final score.
Carry on.
Final score 60-30, 105 to 75. Congratulations, Leicester. You've won Knockout Cup. Fair play to you. And yeah, I think this is the start of the double.
With two riders getting one vote apiece, we'll call that as I'll make the decision. I think this might be a first. I think we're going to have to give it to both for differing reasons, but Tom Brennan's been great as a guest across both, but Drew Kemp has been a real difference maker tonight. With a
joint man of the match, I rate it.
I think both Lions get the rider of the meeting for different reasons. Tom Brennan's done what anyone would like a guest to do, and Drew Kemp's been a difference maker.
Yes,
I don't think it's fair to pick one or the other, so both can get it.
So well done, Tom. Well done, Drew. You win NAFL, but congratulations, boys.
You get recognition.
And you get recognition on Speedway's premier YouTube channel. What more do you want?
I'll be back tomorrow night with Alan for Redcar versus Glasgow. Will be slightly different roles tomorrow. I think I'll be doing what Dan's done tonight. Alan will be doing what I've done tonight. We'll decide that tomorrow, but we should be back unless anything changes. Same place, same time-ish. Palmer, do you want to wrap us up for this one?
So that was Leicester versus Kings Lynn. That was my last watch along for a while because I don't think we've got one on Saturday, and obviously you're on your Rolly Bobs for 2 weeks, and we kind of need you for these. So from me, see you in 2 weeks. From Dill, probably we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.